your vehicle over to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road, right here in Danville. All right, rain showers hanging out with us. 59 degrees the high, getting a soaker right now. It'll continue throughout this morning. Pretty big system moving through. Tonight for Rebel kickoff, you get increasing clouds. A low tonight, overnight of 34. Now, it's not going to be that cold during the game, but it is going to have some chills, certainly. So, bundle up going to the game tonight. Tomorrow, sunny on Veterans Day, 54-34. Sunday, sunshine, 56 and 32. Right now, it's 6:11 in the morning. It's 45 degrees. Joe Show time. Let's rock and let's roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR. Alrighty, folks, Friday, November the 10th, and today we celebrate National Vanilla Cupcake Day on the Joe Show. Consider yourself to have a big sweet tooth where National Vanilla Cupcake Day is for you. Vanilla cupcakes are delicious treats that can be found anywhere from birthday parties, weddings, and everywhere in between. Whether they're decorated with your favorite simple frosting or state-of-the-art fondant design, vanilla cupcakes are a scrumptious dessert. If you're trying to watch your calories, well, let today slide. It's National Vanilla Cupcake Day here on the Joe Show. We also celebrate Forget-Me-Not Day. Think it's been a while since you told someone they've been on your mind? National Forget-Me-Not Day is a day to remember how much your family, friends, and loved ones mean to you. Use this day to get in touch with old friends, family members that live far away, or loved ones that could use a little loving. Today, Forget-Me-Not Day. It's also National Vanilla Cupcake Day on this Friday, November the 10th edition of The Joe Show. Phone number to call in this morning is 238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. And we'd love to have you this morning on the radio here on The Joe Show. We start you off this morning with the playing of our national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Here you go, Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, 238-WHIR. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. And we love to have you this morning here on the radio and the Joe Show. We're doing our birthday party here for those birthdays this weekend, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, November 10th, 11th, and 12th. It's a Friday, which means here's Johnny. All right, birthdays today look like this. We have two names, Dave Christopher and Sarah Thompson on the birthday list. All right, Dave Christopher and Sarah Thompson. Birthdays tomorrow, Cindy Parker And a happy anniversary tomorrow to Patty and Joe Burke. 51 years they've been married. Tomorrow, and then on Sunday, Channing Lewis, Crystal Cox, Christy Lark, Deanna Braswell, and Sue Scroggum on the birthday list. Phone number to call in, 238-WHIR. Get those birthdays on here for crying out loud, folks. 238-WHIR. Well, it is a Friday. It's November the 10th, and a typical Friday morning show we have lined up for you. And it starts off this morning at 7:10. Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix joins us this morning, and we'll have Coach Haddix on here. Perry County Central comes to town tonight. Hopefully we can get the rain out of here. Now, it's going to be cool, but get the rain out of here to make it a little bit more convenient. And Coach Haddix joins us this morning at 7:10. Looking forward to talk to him. 7:40, it is the County Agents Corner. Linda McClanahan with a little Friday report for us at 7:40. We'll see what's on Linda's mind this morning with the Mercer County Extension Office and the County Agents Corner. In the 8 o'clock hour, Dusty joins us at 8:10. Little Kentucky music preview going on. And Dusty's on here at 8:10 this morning. In the 9 o'clock hour at 9:10, it's Trail Talk, Walker's Trail Senior Living. And at 9:35 this morning, McClure, and Bailey is on the air. We'll see what is on their mind this morning at 9:35. Either Patrick or Brian will join us here on the show. That's the rundown of today's show, and we'd love to have you on. The phone number to call in this morning is 238-WHIR. We start you off this morning, as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports. And here it is, a football game between two bad teams last night on Thursday Night Football. Michael Orr receives payments from the blind side. The Athletics moving to Las Vegas? Maybe so. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis guiding you through these Friday morning sports. Starting off with the NFL, where the Chicago Bears ended a 4-game skid last night with a 16-13 win over the Carolina Panthers on Thursday Night Football. Bears undrafted rookie quarterback Tyson Bagent led Chicago to its third win of the season in a game that featured more punts than scoring plays. The Bears found themselves down early following a 79-yard punt return from Carolina's Amir Smith-Marset in the first quarter, but Chicago took the lead for the first time in the third quarter when running back Dante Foreman's 4-yard touchdown run crossed. It was good enough for the win. The Panthers had an opportunity to tie it up in the final minutes of the game, but kicker Eddie Pinheiro missed a 59-yard field goal attempt with 1:40 left. In Major League Baseball owners are getting set to vote on the relocation of a franchise, even as the club has no specific home for 2 seasons, faces potential legislative roadblocks to crucial public financing, and a shotgun wedding-style timeline to construct a permanent home. Are you ready for the Las Vegas Athletics? Apparently MLB's owners are, as they've called for a vote approving the team's relocation from Oakland to Nevada. 23 of 30 owners are required to approve the move, with a ballot on the agenda at the owners' meetings beginning November 14th in Arlington, Texas. Votes are rarely called unless the group has significant confidence it'll pass, yet there's not much about the A's move that appears shovel-ready. We'll see how that vote goes next week. Back to the National Football League, where the Toohey family paid Michael Orr more than $138,000 from the proceeds of the Blind Side movie. Orr, in a court petition filed in August, said he received no money from the movie and that the Tooheys and their 2 children made millions of dollars off the movie rights. But as part of the ongoing lawsuit, the Tooheys filed records with the court Wednesday showing they made payments totaling $138,311.01 between 2007 and this year. After a 10% commission was paid, 1/3 of the net proceeds was paid to Orr, who's 37 years old, the documents show. A check for $8,500 in 2021 and a check for $117.30 from 2022 have not cleared, according to court records. Julian Wertman, a spokesperson for Orr, said the NFL player had no comment. And Football Friday tonight, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central. We'll have the Boyle County game on Z105 with a 7:30 kickoff. Mercer County on WHBN 99.5 FM with a 7:30 kickoff. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Need a change of scenery? Check out Kentucky State Parks. With 45 parks to choose from, there are limitless options. Each park has its own unique features, landscape and resorts, restaurants, campgrounds, and some of the best golf courses around. Pick one that fits your lifestyle and your family. Explore Kentucky parks. Enjoy fun outdoor adventure without the long lines of many destinations. Book now at parks.ky.gov.
You need a stopper at the new Papa's Quick Stop for some knickknacks, gas and snacks, breakfast, lunch, and fried chicken with a bone. Papa's Quick Stop has a loyalty program, fast way to earn on every purchase you make. A swipe of your card is all it takes. Come see what they've done to the new place at Papa's Quick Stop. Come try their great breakfast, lunch specials, and save on all your gas, snacks, beer, and much, much more. Hey, Papa, can you stop at the Quick Stop in Danville, across from the fairgrounds? Now offering the full Candleberry collection. Candleberry at Papa.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver to take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road in Danville. They'll make it right. You get rain showers, high today 59, low tonight of 34. Tomorrow, Sunday, Veterans Day, Saturday, Veterans Day, sunny, a high of 54. On Sunday, sunny and a high of 56. Right now, it's 6:22 in the morning. It's 46 degrees on this Friday, Football Friday, for the Boyle County Rebel faithful and for the Mercer County Titan faithful. And looking forward to those two games tonight. We'll have those on the Hometown Radio Network. Phone number to call in, 238-WHIR. Get your name on the birthday list. You want to chit-chat? Phone line's open for you, 238-9447. As we take a look now down the timeline to see what happened on this date in celebrity history. Those celebrities having birthdays today. It was on this date 54 years ago. Actress Ellen Pompeo was born. Remember Ellen Pompeo? She was on the TV show Grey's Anatomy. Here's a clip from that show. She's 54 years old today.
I win.
How's that?
I'm the last man standing. It was you and me from our residency class. Everyone else has either abandoned me or died. We were the only two left.
There you go. Ellen Pompeo, 54 years old today. Other birthdays, Teddy Bridgewater is 31. He is a quarterback in the National Football League. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what team he's on now, but 31 years old today for Teddy Bridgewater. Celebrity kidlet Dream Kardashian is 7. Rob Kardashian and Black Chyna's baby, the only baby in the family with the actual Kardashian last name, Dream, is 7 years old today. Lily Pulitzer, the late designer, would have been 92 years old today. She's best known for, not the Pulitzer Prize, for the Lily Shift dress, 92 years old today for Lily Pulitzer. And the late religious leader Martin Luther would have had a birthday today. Born on this date, 1483. He's responsible for the religious split from the Catholic Church, the German priest who sparked the 16th century Protestant Reformation. The late religious leader Martin Luther would have had a birthday today as well. Birthdays, anniversaries all day long, right here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville.
On this day in country music.
Well, all right then. It was on this day, country music history. In 1945, Mount Airy, North Carolina is the place. Donna Fargo was the person, country music singer and songwriter who's best known for a series of top 10 country hits in the 1970s. Born on this date in 1945. It was on this day, country music history. In the year 1980, Dolly Parton released her smash hit 9 to 5. That would go number 1 on the country charts. And it was on this date in 1983. Longview, Texas is the place. Miranda Lambert, the person, country music singer, songwriter who gained fame as a finalist on the 2003 season of Nashville Star. And that's what's gone on this date, November 10th in country music history. Starting off on this date back in 1945, where Donna Fargo was born. Yeah, Donna Fargo is 78 years old today. The happiest girl in the whole USA, Superman and Funny Face, 3 of her big-time hits, 3 top 10 country hits for her in the 1970s. Happy birthday, Donna Fargo.
Just one more minute, that's why we moved it. One more hug, but do you love waking up next to me as much as I love waking up next to you?
Happy 78th birthday today to Donna Fargo.
I'll make
It was on this day, country music history in the year 1980. Dolly Parton released this song. On this day, 1980.
tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen.
Pour myself a cup of ambition. The number 1 hit on Billboard's Hot 100 and the AC chart, as well as the Billboard Country chart. The song was written for the comedy film 9 to 5, starring Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dolly Parton in her film debut.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind.
Alrighty, Dolly, sing it now. 9 to 5 on this date, 1980. And it was on this date 40 years ago. Happy 40th birthday to country music star Miranda Lambert, born on this date, 1983. Country music singer again gained fame as a finalist in 2003 on the TV show Nashville Star. She made her debut with the release of Me and Charlie Talkin', the first single from her 2005 debut album called Kerosene, which produced the singles Bring Me Down and Kerosene and New Strings. All 4 singles were top 40 hits in the Billboard Hot Country Songs charts. Also a member of the Pistol Annies group, Miranda Lambert, 40 years old today.
Mama cut out pictures of houses for years, from Better Homes and Garden Magazine.
Miranda Lambert, Dolly Parton, Donna Fargo. Little girl power this morning. It's the second time this week we've had an all-female cast in the country music history segment. 6:29 in the morning, we are a minute away from KNN's Bottom Hour News right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports, and also live online, hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
If I could just come in, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory.
Last place feeling in life is no place to be. Ready for a new way of living? The Isaiah House will put you first. Long-term and short-term residential treatment, outpatient treatment, medication assistant treatment, transitional living, and job skills training. Isaiah House has the programs to the path of help, hope, and healing. End the hurting. Take the first step toward a happier, healthier you. Call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
It's 6:30 in the morning. We got news coming your way. Kentucky News Network here on the Joe Show at 6:30. At 6:40, we have Larry Vought's Views. We'll give you some good news. Sylvanus at Sunrise coming up in about 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere. A lot to accomplish. We're 30 minutes into the Joe Show on this Football Friday morning.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Bullitt County Sheriff Walt Scholler says there are several homicide detectives investigating an incident where a woman's dead body was found in a ditch along Route 1020 on Thursday.
We do not have an identity of the person, and we do not have any leads as to cause of death.
Scholler says a bicyclist discovered the body. EMS personnel were called in, but it was quickly changed from a death investigation to a homicide investigation. Police are not reporting on the type of injuries discovered on the victim's body. Audio courtesy WLKY TV. Over 100 guns and several dangerous drugs are now off the streets thanks to an ATF investigation. A multi-agency arrest in Lexington now has 9 suspects in jail. ATF Special Agent in Kentucky, Sean Morrow.
What the community can expect to see is continued participation by federal agents, ATF agents, and our other federal partners working alongside troopers and Lexington police officers. Whenever we're able to identify somebody who we know has committed a firearms offense, we're going to take action and make arrests.
Testimony continues in the federal civil right violation trial of Brett Hankison, with the former officer taking the stand. Hankison testified Thursday he believed an occupant in Breonna Taylor's apartment was firing an AR-15 rifle, and he fired in the direction of the muzzle flash. The former officer also expressed a feeling of helplessness after finding out another officer was struck. Charges stem from the 2020 police raid on Breonna Taylor's apartment. Hankison is expected to be the last defense witness in the case, with closing arguments expected on Monday. The city of Shelbyville kicking off the holiday season with the 2023 celebration of lights on Saturday. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A Danville man is being held in jail in Nicholasville after police say he committed inappropriate acts with a child. The Advocate Messenger is reporting that 33-year-old Danville native Saddam Youssef was arrested by Nicholasville officers on first-degree sexual abuse. The arrest comes from a Danville investigation where they say he committed inappropriate acts with an 8-year-old child. He's being held in the Jessamine County Jail. The Heritage Hospice Veterans Day Appreciation Event is back this year, and it's today. The event is put on every year by Heritage Hospice to honor veterans in their 4-county area. That's Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties. There will be free lunch served and a lot of door prizes, as well as honoring the oldest and youngest veterans there. If you're a veteran, you're invited to the Veterans Appreciation Day event today at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. Football Friday night is here as 2 area teams are left trying to advance to next week's state quarterfinal round. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central in their first ever matchup between those 2 schools. Meanwhile, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. The first head coaching stop for Boyle County coach Justin Haddix was at Perry County Central. He's still the all-time wins leader there at that high school. Both of those games will kick off tonight at 7:30. Boyle County on Z105, Mercer County on WHBN. The Danville High School literary magazine, Undertow, was the recent recipient of a grant that will help go to production costs. The Make Activities Count grant is presented by Kentucky McDonald's Restaurants, and recently local McDonald's owner and operator Abby Tammy presented a check to Danville schools for the Undertow magazine. And showings of the John W. Bate Middle School play Once Upon a Crime, The Trial of Goldilocks, continues today and tomorrow. The play will take place at Danville High School's Gravely Auditorium. It's $5 for adults, $2 for kids and seniors, with children 5 and under getting in free. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Hi, this is Karen, and at ADA Heating and Air, we offer free estimates on replacements. We install American Standard heating and air conditioning equipment. Our employees do not work on commission, so you don't pay for unnecessary repairs. We offer the best pricing around. On average, we can save you 15%. We offer same or next day service. Financing is available on our website at adaheatingandair.com. Call ADA today for all your HVAC needs at 859-519-6382. ADA is on the way.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. You know, you can call them 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Rain showers are likely scattered today. A high up near 60. A low tonight 34. Tomorrow, Veterans Day, Saturday, sunshine. High of 54. Sunday, sunshine 56. Now, remember the Veterans Day appreciation event with Heritage Hospice at the National Guard Armory. And that's going to be today, beginning at 11 o'clock in the morning, from 11 o'clock until 2. So veterans from Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, Lincoln, those 4 county areas, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, Lincoln, are invited to come out tonight. First time in 3 years that they've been able to host this event. With COVID postponing it the last 3 years, the 13th annual Heritage Hospice Veterans Appreciation Day event. And it's live today, doing it live from the Danville National Guard Armory. And if you're a veteran, you're certainly invited to go out there. Free lunch, door prizes, and just be an honor for the service that you provided this great country. Right now, 6:39, Larry Vaught wants to talk about UK sports and Vaught's Views. What's up, Larry?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
I was lucky enough to be in Commonwealth Stadium in 1997 when Kentucky beat Alabama. Fans stormed the field, and some fans not only took down the goalpost, but carried them out of the stadium. Could there be a similar scene Saturday when Alabama comes to Kroger Field? I guess nothing is impossible, but I'm afraid there might be a better chance that Dawkins might fly than there is for Kentucky to knock off the Crimson Tide this year. Certainly Kentucky defensive line coach Anwar Stewart remembers that win over Alabama because he returned a blocked field goal for a touchdown. He also still remembers how happy Craig Geese was when he caught the winning touchdown pass from Tim Couch in overtime to set off that hellacious celebration. Geese, UK's all-time leading receiver, still remembers Stewart's block kick for return 2 for the touchdown, as well as fans rushing the field after the victory.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
If you want to make the most of your vacation, there's no better place than the Bluegrass State. Kentucky's 44 state parks offer abundant places to play and diverse accommodations to stay. Take a hike, float your boat, or bike the trails. Pitch a tent under the stars or settle into a lakefront lodge. Tee up for 18 holes. Then enjoy a signature meal. Plan your trip at parks.ky.gov.
Former Kentucky running back Anthony White was perhaps the best running receiving threat UK has ever had at his position. He remembers having one of his worst games against Alabama in 1996 and how much he wanted to beat the Tide in 1997. White says so many fans came on the field after the game, he could not even find teammates to celebrate with. He ended up in the locker room by himself. White thought about going back to the field, but just stayed there by himself and let others celebrate. Maybe we'll see another post-game party Saturday, but this old guy will have to see it to believe it.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
All right, Larry Vaughn Views, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show at this time at 6:41 in the morning. Pizza Hut in Hong Kong has introduced a pizza that has snake meat on it. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. I have had snake once. So my buddy was having like a wild, not a wild game dinner necessarily, but like a fresh caught fish dinner for his birthday. And so they all went fishing earlier in that day so they could catch enough fish to feed the people coming to the party, right? So I was invited to the party, so I showed up for the party, and they said, hey, look what we got. And they held up a rattlesnake that they had come across, I think in the Falkland area is where they were. This was like 10 years ago. And they deep-fried the rattlesnake. And so I had deep-fried rattlesnake that day. I was a little concerned, like me not knowing, can this thing still poison me by eating it? Does it have to bite me to poison me? If it's cooked wrong and I eat it, would it poison me that way? So I was concerned, but I ate it. Because my thought process was, when is the next time I'll ever be able to eat fried snake? Right? Like, you got to jump on those opportunities when you have them. So I did, and it was good. Very bony. I mean, there's ribs all down the thing. Very bony, but it was good. I liked it. Tasted fine. A little bit too much work to get to the meat because of the number of bones, but I was fine with it. However, in Hong Kong, snake meat pizza on the Pizza Hut menu in Hong Kong, and that's just the start of the snake meat craze in Hong Kong. There's actually a restaurant called Snake Garden.
Ready for a delicious meal that your whole family will love? Then come on down to the Snake Garden, where we're serving up all sorts of snake meat dishes that your whole family will love.
What's everybody in the mood for tonight?
Snake meat!
All right, let's head to Snake Garden.
You'll love our all-you-can-eat soup, salad, and snake meat.
Don't fill up on snake meat, Timmy. You've still got to eat your main course, which is also snake meat.
I can't help it. I love snake meat.
Plus, wait until you sink your teeth into our never-ending snake meat bowl.
Oh, the snake meat primavera is amazing.
More snake meat, please.
The Snake Garden. When you're here, you're eating snake meat. See you soon.
There you go. All right, I got a phone call. Good morning. You're on the Joe Show.
Good morning.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
What's up?
That was disgusting. Ugh.
What, the snake meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it you've never had snake before, Doug.
No, and I don't ever plan on it.
So you're telling me if you were to show up at a place and they happen to have like rattlesnake that you could eat, you wouldn't try it out? Because like those opportunities are going to be slim to none, right? Like, so if you're going to try it out, if you ever want to, that would be the time.
That would be the time, but I don't think I could do it. However, I've tried snails before.
Okay. Escargot, I've never had that.
I have a cruise years ago, and the people we sat with at dinner, they got an order of escargot, and so, of course, we asked if we could try it, and they said, sure. And, of course, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah. Everything tastes like chicken, right? That's the default. Yeah.
I don't know about the rattlesnake, but I know my escargot tastes like chicken.
Yeah. All right, Doug. What do we got going on? What's on your mind today? Why are you calling in?
Well, I wasn't going to call in after the snake episode, and I thought I better do it anyway.
All right.
But I want to give a shout out today. Something that we've talked about, we've communicated about, but and hopefully you can get a hold of Matt later. But this Saturday, the middle school Eagle football team, they're Eagles, not Rebels.
Yeah.
They are playing tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I think, at LCA campus, and they're playing Paducah for that division state championship.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, you're right. It's at 5 o'clock at LCA, Boyle versus Paducah in the Kentucky Middle School Football Association State Championship game.
Yes, sir. And after I've been just, looking and watching and reading, I've been wondering if that couldn't be a precursor to what could happen next month at Kroger Field. I hope.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I tell you what, I know some Paducah Tillman fans, and they're pretty confident they have a good team as well. Right, so I think that they believe there's a chance that at some point Boyle and Paducah Tillman will meet, whether it be, we'll have to see how the bracket works out, who beats who in the RPI format and all of that, but at some point, if it's not the state championship, maybe state semifinals, they believe they have a good team. So maybe you're right, a little precursor tomorrow to what we see later on. I'm going to be honest, middle school football confuses me a little bit because there's a lot of different teams, and there's like a black team and a gold team and a gray team, and there's the 8th grade team and the A team and the B team. So like it confuses me a little bit, but the state championship game, it's tomorrow, 5 o'clock at LCA, so you could make a whole day of it in Lexington, right? You go up, you watch Kentucky and Alabama first, then when that game ends, fight traffic, get over to LCA, maybe you get there an hour early, hang around and watch Boyle and Paducah Tillman tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you get a double whammy. Back in March, my son and I went to Mercer County to watch some basketball, and there was a guy there that was working this tournament. It was, to me, it was like an AAU tournament. It wasn't any of the local schools. It was a bunch of schools from all across the nation that were playing. And so this young man from Paducah was there, and he had played his college ball at Lindsey Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started talking. He saw my Boyle County shirt on, and the first thing he said to me was, "Y'all scared?" He said, "I heard y'all scared." And I said, "Scared of what?" I said, "We ain't scared of our shadows, buddy. What are you talking about?" He said, we're moving into y'all's class. I heard y'all scared. So they've been talking trash for a while.
Okay, this was a Paducah Tillman fan?
Yeah, he was actually some kind of a coach for the team, for the high school team.
Yeah.
So he started talking in March when he was over in Mercer County at the Mercer County High School doing this basketball tournament.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Paducah Tillman. Like, I couldn't name a single player in their team, or I'm not going to act like I do. I just know that knowing some fans that went there or have connections there that, like you said, they're confident they have a good team. And obviously they do, right? They were unbeaten, I think, through the regular season, and they're still unbeaten. So, I mean, obviously they're good, but we'll see how things match up.
In our class, in Class 4A, there's still 5 undefeated teams
I know.
in that class.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's crazy.
It is, yeah. Well, hey, Doug,
I hope one of them goes down tonight. Let's go Ashland Blazers.
There you go. Yeah, Ashland Blazer beats Covenant Catholic. If that happens, there's no Boyle-Corbin matchup next week. That's the only way there's no Boyle-Corbin. If Ashland Blazer beats Cov-Cath, Boyle-Corbin is postponed for probably a week. It will not happen next week, so we'll certainly be keeping an eye on that score. Doug, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Go Eagles.
There you go. Go Eagles tomorrow against Paducah in the Kentucky Middle School Football Coaches Association Championship. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I am right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Here's Floyd Kramer. Little good news action for you on this Friday morning. Here we go. Story number 1 coming from Lake Nona, Florida. I think is how you say that. Where Eddie Montero was having family dinner at a restaurant when he suffered a heart attack. Luckily for him, he was in a really good spot to have one if you're going to have one. He was next to 4 doctors sitting nearby, and they sprang into action and saved Eddie's life. Dr. Nicole Brenner and her colleagues recognized the emergency, quickly started CPR, likely saving Montero's life. He says he's deeply thankful to the 4 doctors, referring to them as, quote, angels, crediting them for his survival. Story number 2 coming from Hurricane Otis in Mexico City, where Mexico City officer Arzabeth Ambrosio is being celebrated for her heroic efforts in rescuing an infant during the aftermath of Hurricane Otis. Deployed to Acapulco after the devastating Category 5 storm, Ambrosio, a mother of 3 herself, recognized a 4-month-old baby in distress and offered to nurse that hungry child. The selfless act was captured in a viral photo, which has led to her receiving a promotion and has garnered widespread praise praise for her extraordinary display of humanity. Story number 3 is coming from Morgantown, West Virginia, where Mitchell Wood, the owner of Power Wash Brothers in Morgantown, West Virginia, became an unexpected hero when he used his power washing equipment to extinguish a brush fire in Fairmont. While driving back from a job, he noticed a massive cloud of smoke and decided to take action. He joined the property owner in fighting that fire. Wood has always wanted to use his equipment to put a fire out, but had never had. Until now, his quick actions helped prevent the need for the fire department and stop that fire from spreading further. And story number 4, coming from San Francisco, where inspired by Brian Silico's mission to complete 30 acts of kindness for his 30th birthday, Max Razor decided to celebrate his upcoming 10th birthday by performing 10 acts of kindness. His first act involved making hundreds of sandwiches for a San Francisco homeless shelter, and Brian joined with him to deliver those. It was a full-circle moment for Brian, who now has proof that his mission has inspired others to perform their acts of kindness as well, something he had hoped for all along. The good news today, a boy is inspired by a man's act of kindness crusade, vowing to do 10 acts of kindness for his 10th birthday. A man drives by a brush fire, puts it out with his power washer. A police officer gets a promotion for breastfeeding a baby after Hurricane Otis. And a group of doctors having dinner save a man having a heart attack at the next table. Floyd Kramer, take it home, buddy. It's all yours. That's the good news today.
Hey, it's me, Gus the Gopher for Atmos Energy. Being a gopher, I like to dig. That's what us gophers were born to do, along with eating plants, taunting groundskeepers, and listening to bluegrass music. And I especially enjoy digging around the yard. Occasionally, I bump into a utility line and I get a headache. Ouch! After all, they're hard to miss since they can be buried anywhere. But if you hit one with your shovel, backhoe, or ditch digger, you could cause a gas leak, disrupt service, or worse. Makes me shake in my paws just thinking about it. You can avoid all of this by calling 811 at least 3 business days before you or someone else digs in your yard to have those underground utility-owned lines marked. Calling 811 will help protect your property, and more importantly, you. It's free, and it's the law. You dig what I'm saying? For more on safe digging, visit atmosenergy.com/811.
To be.
He was like, he's going to race aggressive. He'd be one that'll do it.
Or not to be.
Would I do that? That seems kind of aggressive.
You know, it's just got really an ailing issue that got to work on.
We had a great season. Lots to be proud of. A lot of really solid races.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up on your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
Like one of Shakespeare's tormented characters, Ross Chastain was torn at Phoenix as to whether he should go for the win he would eventually get or just ride around and let one of the Championship 4 drivers take the victory. Watching a recording of NBC's practice coverage only added fuel to Chastain's internal debate as to what he would do with the soon-to-be new champion, Ryan Blaney.
I heard
Dale Earnhardt Jr. say, like, Ross will be one that'll get up and race these guys. And I paused it, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, would I do that? I don't know. That seems kind of aggressive. I didn't really have an answer for myself. Like, I asked myself, would I race them? And I was like, well, I'll race him. But he was like, he's going to race them aggressive. He'd be one that'll do it. If there's anybody that'll do it, he will. Or however he said it. And I was like, I don't know. Kind of undetermined. And then I got out there, and I was like, I'm doing it. Proud of the precision driving we all did. You know, the only contact was him just in a moment of anger, just throttling up in 1 and 2 to drive square into my back bumper. Other than that, no contact, and you know that's what I'm here to do.
The Cup race at Phoenix last Sunday had an average audience on NBC of 2.9 million people. That was down 9% from the 3.2 million in 2023. In the coming weeks, Denny Hamlin is looking forward to a little downtime, Thanksgiving, and an operation.
Gotta get some stuff done physically and get better. You know, it's just got really an ailing issue that got to work on.
The shoulder, or you plan on having surgery?
Yeah, mid-November, late November.
Start your engine! The sports and entertainment capital of the world welcomes the return of revving engines, NASCAR's top stars, and speeds of 180 miles per hour at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, March 1st through 3rd for the Pennzoil 400.
Kyle Busch went 4 wide the last time by on the apron of the racetrack.
Get your weekend tickets now while seats are still available. Ladies and gentlemen, start your Vegas engines and get ready for the most exciting racing venue on the circuit.
It was a breakout year for William Byron with a half dozen trips to victory lane, but in making the championship four for the first time, the 25-year-old driver wound up a disappointing third in the title fight after struggling at Martinsville and in the season finale at Phoenix.
We had a great season, a lot to be proud of, a lot of really solid races, communicating well as a team, so I feel like all that stuff can go up a notch, hopefully, and just have a bit more speed at certain tracks that we know are important. We definitely, down the stretch, didn't have really what we needed, but that's okay.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, presented by eBay Motors. Earn rubber, not cash, by shopping on eBay Motors. ebaymotors.com.
Would you like to receive a free gift? Refer a friend or family member to Farmers National Bank and receive your free gift. It's simple. Visit the bank's website at fnbky.com. And when your friend opens a Farmers National Bank checking account, you receive a free gift. Stop by a Farmers National Bank office in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Liberty, Middleburg, Perryville, and Stanford. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's. Their steaks are aged 28 days. They're hand-cut. They're second to none in tenderness and in flavor. You gotta say it like, yeah, that country twang when you're talking about Cattleman's steaks. Where a great steak truly is just the beginning. Sunshine, maybe later on this afternoon, but it's going to be well away from where we are now with some rain falling, cloudy skies, and cooler temperatures. We are into the upper 50s as a high today, so not horrible overall. We just want to get the rain out of the way. Tomorrow's Veterans Day, sunshine 54, Sunday sunshine 56. Right now, it's 6:59 in the morning. Phone number to call in, 238-WHIR. Veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, Mercer. Today is your day. Every day is your day, but specifically today being your day. Veterans Day Appreciation Luncheon, Danville National Guard Armory, presented by Heritage Hospice, serving those who served us. And there's going to be over 1,000 veterans at this thing, so if you're a veteran, get out there. Danville National Guard Armory. Free lunch, door prizes, the whole shebang, 11 o'clock until 2. At the Danville National Guard Armory.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio. I'm Michael Kastner.
Israel will allow daily 4-hour pauses in the fighting against Hamas in Gaza.
This should hopefully give some room for civilians, innocent civilians, to move out of places where there's heavy fighting going on.
White House Principal Deputy Press Secretary Olivia Dalton told reporters the move will allow civilians in northern Gaza to head south to safer areas and access humanitarian aid. She called the agreement a significant step. More aid is also continuing to flow in through the Rafah crossing with Egypt. President Biden, however, told reporters while leaving the White House there is no chance of a full ceasefire in the fighting at this time. He said he's optimistic in the effort to free the hostages held by Hamas. Election offices across the country are on high alert after suspicious mailings were intercepted heading to a California election department. Officials say the package was headed off before reaching its destination. The Georgia Secretary of State says there was a fentanyl-laced letter sent to the Fulton County Elections Office. Brad Raffensperger called the incident an act of domestic terrorism.
This is very, very serious, and we take it that way.
He said the letter was intercepted by the post office and there are no injuries so far. Raffensperger said similar letters were sent to election officials in other states, including neighboring Oregon. The Washington Secretary of State said envelopes containing unknown powdery substances were discovered by election workers in several counties. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia will not seek re-election next year.
I've made one of the toughest decisions of my life and decided that I will not be running for re-election to the United States Senate.
Manchin made the announcement in a video posted to social media yesterday afternoon. He called it one of the toughest decisions of his life. The current frontrunner to replace him is GOP West Virginia Governor Jim Justice. S&P 500 futures are little change this morning. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800.
Former President Trump's attorneys are pushing back against efforts to remove him from Michigan's 2024 presidential ballot. More from Lisa Taylor.
Michigan is the third state to deal with the matter, which is based on the 14th Amendment's ban on insurrectionists running for office. Earlier this week, the Minnesota Supreme Court dismissed a similar challenge from Trump's team, and a Colorado judge is also considering arguments in a related case. Trump's attorney argued in a hearing that judges can't enforce that section of the 14th Amendment. I'm Lisa Taylor.
New York City police say a group of boys has been climbing onto Manhattan rooftops and spray painting anti-Semitic, pro-Palestinian messages. Andrew Whitman reports.
The NYPD has photos of the 4 boys and are asking for help identifying them. Police say they targeted buildings on the Upper East Side early Thursday evening and spray-painted swastikas and the word Hamas on 4 buildings. Hate crimes in the city are up by more than double this year as the war in the Middle East rages on. Anti-Semitic hate crimes against Jews are up 214% in the city this year.
Amazon is opening up the online grocery experience to more people. Nika Magahes with details.
The online retail giant announcing Thursday customers will no longer need an Amazon Prime membership to order groceries from Amazon Fresh for delivery or free pickup.
Customers in over 3,500 cities in the U.S. will now be able to access grocery delivery from Amazon Fresh or Whole Foods Market.
Meredith Bunch, director of worldwide grocery stores at Amazon, adds Amazon shoppers will also be able to order from local grocers and specialty shops through the Amazon website, including stores like Bristol Farms, Cardenas Markets, Pet Food Express, Wise Markets, and Save Mart.
NASA's oldest living astronaut, Frank Borman, has died. He was 95. NASA said in a statement that Borman died Tuesday in Montana following a stroke. He commanded 2 early NASA missions, including the first to orbit the moon. Michael Kastner, NBC.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, and we're excited to announce that our family Christmas meal drive is going on now. For every vehicle sold during this time, we'll donate a complete family Christmas meal to the Salvation Army in your name, ensuring that families in our community can enjoy a warm and hearty holiday feast. There's no better feeling than knowing that you've made a difference in someone's life, and by choosing Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, you're doing just that.
Stuart Powell Ford Mazda in Danville.
Good morning to you. It's Friday, November the 10th, 111023 on your calendar today. A day where we get cloudy skies and rain showers hanging around here. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A Danville man is being held in jail in Nicholasville after police say he committed inappropriate acts with a child. The Advocate Messenger is reporting that 33-year-old Danville native Saddam Youssef was arrested by Nicholasville officers on first-degree sexual abuse. The arrest comes from a Danville investigation where they say he committed inappropriate acts with an 8-year-old child. He's being held in the Jessamine County Jail. The Heritage Hospice Veterans Day Appreciation Event is back this year, and it's today. The event is put on every year by Heritage Hospice to honor veterans in their 4-county area. That's Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties. There will be free lunch served and a lot of door prizes, as well as honoring the oldest and youngest veterans there. If you're a veteran, you're invited to the Veterans Appreciation Day event today at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. Football Friday night is here as 2 area teams are left trying to advance to next week's state quarterfinal round. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central in their first ever matchup between those 2 schools. Meanwhile, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. The first head coaching stop for Boyle County coach Justin Haddix was at Perry County Central. He's still the all-time wins leader there at that high school. Both of those games will kick off tonight at 7:30. Boyle County on Z105, Mercer County on WHBN. The Danville High School literary magazine, Undertow, was the recent recipient of a grant that will help go to production costs. The Make Activities Count grant is presented by Kentucky McDonald's Restaurants, and recently local McDonald's owner and operator Abby Tammy presented a check to Danville schools for the Undertow magazine. And showings of the John W. Bate Middle School play Once Upon a Crime. The trial of Goldilocks continues today and tomorrow. The play will take place at Danville High School's Gravely Auditorium. It's $5 for adults, $2 for kids and seniors, with children 5 and under getting in free. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
All right then, folks, what do we have? It's brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye. Call for an appointment, 236-2299, 236-2299, Danville Auto Body Shop. You get rain showers today, mainly before 8 o'clock in the morning. We're seeing those right now, and I'm looking at the radar. I think it's going to continue past 8 o'clock, but hopefully it gets out of here by the early evening, because we want some clearer skies for high school football tonight. It is going to be chillier than what we saw over the last couple of days, so be prepared for that, but hopefully get the rain out of here at least to make it more convenient. Tomorrow, Veterans Day, sunshine 54, Sunday sunshine 56, 7:10 in the morning. And we're talking Rebel football with Coach Justin Haddix coming up right now.
Folding a fitted sheet,
programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and WHIR Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
And we welcome onto the show Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Coach. Ready for some high school football tonight. It's the second round of the Kentucky High School Football Playoffs in Class 4A, Coach. You've got Perry County Central coming in here tonight to take on your Rebels. A 7:30 kickoff, Coach. How you feeling this morning with the game here in about 12 hours?
I woke up a little before my alarm. I was up about 5:30 thinking about what was going on, what we were going to do, and making sure everything was ready.
Is that normal for a game day? Do you usually wake up earlier?
Yeah. I think sometimes those just depends. Just depends on what it is. But woke up ready to go. We had a great week of practice. I feel like they're focused, but also you're dealing with teenage kids, so we got to hopefully they show up and get ready to go tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Perry County Central and Boyle County, you said, got a good week of practice in, and you're dealing with teenage kids, but you feel like they're ready to rock and roll. When it comes to game day preparations, Coach, we know that you go over with the kids those leadership qualities, things you want to see out of them. But coming into school, getting there on time, taking care of the school day first, keeping the grades up, that's got to come first, then come ready for the game tonight, right?
Yeah, that's something we talk about all the time. No distractions as far as what we've got to do. We've got to finish the school day 3:10, and then after that, we have a pregame meal at school at about 3:30, and then we're in there laying down to about 5:15, 5:30, and then we have a walkthrough, and then it's time to roll. We go out on the field. The first group goes out at 6:30, so it happens quick.
This is a big weekend for Boyle County football as a whole. I mean, you got a playoff game tonight, and what about the middle school team tomorrow, Coach, in the state championship?
Yeah, middle school gets to play Paducah Tillman. We're going to honor them tonight at half, and also going to have some pizza and stuff, kind of do that, kind of reward them a little bit, and hopefully then go pull one out on Saturday.
What's the pregame meal today, Coach?
I'm not sure today. I forgot to ask. I'm not sure. Beggars can't be choosers, so
yeah.
We just show what they get, we're going to take.
Well, we know for you it's the Colonel chicken, right?
Yeah, I said I'm getting my lunch. I get the Colonel chicken at Melton's. They take care of me today, and some salt and vinegar chips. And they start throwing some pie in there. It's really good. I don't know what it is, but it's good.
Yeah, well, the more games you win, the more stuff you get. Right now you're getting a piece of pie. Who knows what's going to happen, Coach, if you win state this year? What else can they give you? Maybe a free drink or something next year. Yeah, 5-course meal by the time you're done.
Nathan takes care of me. I appreciate them. They do a great job.
Yeah, I think I saw some pictures. The guys, were they at one of the teammates' houses yesterday eating a meal after practice last night?
We had our lineman. It was Wednesday. Lineman
okay.
had it on Wednesday, and then we had it ours over here at our house on Wednesday. Jeremiah Akers helped get a meal over here. We had Sonny's barbecue on Wednesday night.
There you go. Coach, you got Perry County Central. This is, a former coaching stop of yours. We talked about it earlier this week. You're still the all-time wins leader at Perry County Central. You had 26 wins, and how different things could have been. You said, imagine if you lost some of the games that you won, and your record's 20-26 at Perry County Central instead of maybe 26-20. You may not get the Corbin job. Then, obviously, if you don't get the Corbin job, you're probably not at Boyle County. And how close those games were. And that's how it is for coaches, right? You win one here or you lose one here, and your whole coaching trajectory is different.
Yeah, it is. It definitely makes you realize that every win is, sometimes we don't celebrate them wins as much as we need to. Every win is big, and it's always it's been a journey to get here. I said I had a number 75 for Perry County Central, Landon Sullivan. He had his mom sent a picture. I guess I was given an award when he was in the youth league in Perry County, and then he came to a camp I had at Corbin, a youth camp when he was in 6th grade, and then now, get to play against him tonight. So it was pretty neat.
Wow, awesome stuff. How old were you when you were the head coach of Perry County Central, like when they named you head coach?
I was 25 when I first took the job.
I can't imagine being a 25-year-old as a head coach. I'm 34 right now, and I don't feel like I'm mature enough to be a head coach. And you are doing it at 25.
Yeah, it was an experience. It was definitely something. I don't know if you're ever ready for it. You just got to go take it, and not going to be denied.
There it is. Boyle County, Perry County Central tonight. Coach, what's the keys to a Rebel victory tonight over the Commodores to take care of business? And then, if and when that happens, you see kind of how the chips fall in some of the other games, and that's when the RPI kicks in next round to see who your next round opponent may be. But taking care of business tonight first, what do you need to do?
We've got to take care of the football. Turnovers are huge in these games. They like to throw the deep ball a lot, so we've got to limit the big play. We can't let them throw the ball up and score in 2 or 3 plays. We've got to make them drive the ball and put drives together and play great on special teams. They like the onside kick. They're going to take some chances. They probably feel like they're playing with house money coming up here. So we've got to do a great job of playing Rebel football and playing the way it's supposed to be played.
Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Coach, appreciate you being on. Good luck tonight, and we're going to try to get Matt Bottom on at some point in the show to talk about the middle school team tomorrow as well, and good luck to the middle school, the Eagles, in their state championship game, hoping for a big Boyle County football weekend, okay?
Well, you get Matt Bottom talking, you'll have to make a bigger
I think a bigger time segment.
He needs like a 10-minute segment.
We'll see if we can work that in for him, Coach. Appreciate you being on. We'll see you tonight, okay?
Hey, go Rebels.
There you go. Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Rebels versus the Commodores. That's tonight at 7:30. Right now at 7:17, sports coming your way with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, with Stuart Powell Ford. And we'll chit-chat more after sports right after this.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, and we're excited to announce that our family Christmas meal drive is going on now. For every vehicle sold during this time, we'll donate a complete family Christmas meal to the Salvation Army in your name, ensuring that families in our community can enjoy a warm and hearty holiday feast. There's no better feeling than knowing that you made a difference in someone's life, and by choosing Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, you're doing just that.
Stuart Powell Ford Mazda in Danville.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Hometown Radio brings you a pair of second-round high school football playoff games tonight. In Class 3A, 10-1 Mercer County entertains Central at 7:30 on WHBN-FM 99.5. In Class 4A, unbeaten Boyle County host Perry County Central at 7:30 on Z105. With wins tonight, the Titans and Rebels advance to the state quarterfinals next week. Both games stream at hometownlive.net. One other area contest is in Class 3A as Rockcastle County welcomes Lawrence County to Mount Vernon. Start your evening with the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show from 6 to 7 on WHBN and WHIR. Kentucky faces number 8 Alabama tomorrow at noon at Kroger Field in Lexington. The Crimson Tide of Nick Saban is 6-0 in the SEC, while Mark Stoops' Wildcats are 3-3. UK's a 10.5-point underdog. Our pregame activities begin at 10 o'clock in the morning. Kickoff is at 12 noon for Kentucky versus Alabama Saturday on Z105. Last night in college football, number 11 Louisville fought all kinds of adversity to finally escape with a 31-24 victory over Virginia when Isaac Garendo ran for a 74-yard touchdown with 3:24 left in the game to cap a 17-point fourth quarter for the Cards. A Virginia running back, Paris Jones, was injured on a helmet.
What's up, guys? This is Kenny Gooden with 12th Region Sports, and you're listening to the 12th Region Sports Update on WHIR, The Joe Show. The second round of the high school football playoffs start tonight. 6 12th Region teams are still standing. Let's look at some of the matchups. First, you have Perry County Central traveling to Boyle County. Perry is 7-4 and just recently beat Lincoln County last week. Perry has a three-headed monster in Kaiser Sloan, Seth Jackson, and Noah Kilburn. Sloan has passed for 1,955 yards. Jackson has rushed for 1,261 yards. And Kilburn has 958 receiving yards. That's a potent lineup, but they're also playing the best offense in the state, led by QB Sage Dawson in Boyle County. Perry Central has given up 350 points on the season. Boyle will put the ball in the end zone, and they will do it a lot. Boyle's defense has also been playing lights out. Boyle is a bad matchup for anyone right now. Louisville Central travels to Mercer County. Central is 6-5, while Mercer is 10-1. Coach Yeast has done a phenomenal job in his second year at Mercer. This could be a very, very good football game between the two. They have one common opponent in Casey County. Mercer defeated Casey 34-21 earlier this year, while Central beat them 48-6 last week. Mercer will need to play a very good game, in my opinion. Staying composed and limiting mistakes will be the difference in this game. Mercer being at home for this game is a huge advantage as well. They will need the Titan faithful to come out strong for this game. Some other games will be 7-4 Leslie at 8-3 Somerset. Cam Hughes has been great at running back this season for the Briar Jumpers. And with the experience of Coach Clevenger, I believe Somerset gets it done. What about 8-3 Lawrence County traveling to Rockcastle 10-1? I'm taking the Rockets. They've been a team on a mission all season. They are loaded with great senior leadership and talent. Finally, you have a rematch for Lake Cumberland. Pulaski will travel to Southwestern. Throw the records out the window. This is a rivalry game and it is tense. A few weeks ago, Southwestern edged Pulaski at Pulaski in their regular season matchup. Pulaski had a lot of unforced mistakes early, and it proved to be the difference late in the game. Pulaski is very young, but they have started to grow in the fire, so to speak. But Southwestern is still tough. They are experienced, and they are mean. This game is at the reservation, too. You may want to get there early, because it will be standing room only. Be sure to listen every Friday morning and stay up to date. This has been the 12th Region Sports Update. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search 12th Region Sports Network. Check out our weekly podcast on Apple or Spotify, and be on the lookout for the return of the Prep Series on YouTube produced by White Raven Media. Till next time, this is Cool Kenny G, out.
Sorry, 200,000 people. Add an extra zero on there, Joe, who leave the military each year. The last jobs report showed the unemployment rate for former service members is 2.9%. That's a full point lower than the overall U.S. rate. Companies that recruit from the armed forces say the appeal of vets is rooted in hard work, humility, and attention to detail. According to Pew Research, there are more than 18 million living veterans in the U.S., which is about 6% of the country's adult population. So 6% of the adults you see, roughly, are or were or are currently serving or were former military members. That means that the share of the U.S. population with military experience has actually declined. In 1980, about 18% of U.S. adults were veterans, so it's been cut by 2/3, down to 6% now. And in one poll, 55% of Americans said they thought everyone who serves in the military is called a soldier. That is not accurate, folks. Military members want to be described correctly, and I can understand why they'd want to, right? Some serve in some branch, some in the other, so you want to call them the correct name by which branch of the military they served in. So here we go. Soldiers serve in the Army. Marines serve in the Marine Corps, obviously, so a soldier is not the same as a Marine. A soldier's in the Army, a Marine is in the Marine Corps. The Navy, if you serve in the Navy, you're a sailor. The Air Force has airmen, regardless of gender. You wouldn't call a woman an airwoman. They're all just called airmen. The Coast Guard has Coast Guardsmen, again, regardless of gender. It's Coast Guardsmen. And the Space Force, the newest branch of military, are called Guardians. I've actually never met someone in the Space Force. Again, it's the newest branch of the military, but never met someone in the Space Force. So there you go. Veterans Day tomorrow. Today, 11 o'clock until 2, veterans being honored at Danville National Guard Armory. If you have served in any branch of the military, you are invited today to the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. Free lunch. You've got barbecue and fish, door prizes, tons of door prizes. They'll honor the oldest and youngest veteran there. It's a great time. We're so happy to have this event back in person at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. All right, now we can talk about that Republican debate on Wednesday. We have a recap of it. I've been told there were some nasty shots taken back and forth between some of these candidates, but that overall it was kind of boring. The Republican debate recap, here it is.
Did you miss the Republican presidential debate?
Yep.
Then you need to tune in to the Republican presidential debate recap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff happened?
I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me.
Nope.
Oh, well, Ron DeSantis said some stuff.
To who?
I don't know. The guy.
Which guy?
The one with the suit. And Chris Christie was there. I'm sure he said some stuff, too.
All righty.
Anyway, the recap of the Republican presidential debate coming up. Maybe we'll both watch it together.
There you go. It's 7:26 in the morning. 238 WHIR 238-9447. We are about 3.5 minutes away from bottom hour news on the Joe Show.
Are you sitting on a treasure trove of gold and silver jewelry and coins? It's time to turn those forgotten pieces into cold, hard cash. This is Lauren. Visit B&L Jewelers, your trusted neighborhood jewelry experts. We're here to make your dreams shine brighter. Sell your unwanted gold and silver jewelry, coins with confidence. We offer cash on the spot with competitive prices and a quick, hassle-free process.
I got top dollar for my coins. Thanks to B&L Jewelers, I'm turning my old valuables into something new.
I couldn't believe how easy it was to sell my old jewelry. B&L Jewelers made it simple and rewarding. At B&L Jewelers, we pride ourselves on our integrity and professionalism. We've been serving our community for 16 years, earning trust one customer at a time. Don't wait. Visit B&L Jewelers today at Danville Manor Shopping Center or give us a call at 859-238-0476. Discover the hidden value in your jewelry box. B&L Jewelers, where your treasures find a new home. Transform your gold and silver into cash today.
Hey, Joe, did you know Big Deals has got something new?
Where can I save money now, Radio Rick?
We've got the Anderson Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Buy a $50 gift certificate for a Big Deals price of just $35.
Sounds awesome. What do they have?
They offer jewelry, apparel, gifts, and home decor. They do embroidery and monogramming. Come and see their selection of comfortable jeans, heavy canvas bags, lamps, art, scratch-made soap scents, natural soy candles. Find the perfect curtains, blinds, and shutters for your home.
Sounds great. I know where I can get my wife a gift and save money. Please don't tell her.
It's up to me. Joe, you like to eat, don't you?
You bet.
Save money at the Big City Pizza Company in Danville. Another new way to save.
I'd love to have some of their 3-cheese mac and cheese pizza.
Well, get over to hometownlive.net and save on Big City Pizza with a $10 gift certificate for just $7.
I'm on it. Pizza night tonight at the Mathis house.
You, too, can save with more big deals at hometownlive.net. Lots of discounts like Bread of Life, Sweets by Cindy, O'Charlie's, Applebee's, the Old Bus Station, and A&L Accessories.
Garrett Automotive in Lancaster salutes America's armed forces and military veterans for the sacrifices they've made. Our troops are our angels of freedom and our wings of protection fighting to defend our country. We honor our warriors for their dedication and bravery, as well as our veterans and those who have given their lives, America's true heroes. A tribute from Garrett Automotive on Stanford Street in Lancaster. Your Part City Auto Parts store since 1984. For service that's next to none, you can give them a call at 859-792-2149. That's Garrett Automotive in Lancaster.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All right, look, I got confirmation. Matt Bottom coming on the show this morning at 7:50-ish. I'm going to give him a call around 7:50, maybe a little bit before that. So tune into the show. Right after we have the County Agents Corner with Linda, and we'll have Matt Bottom on. We're talking Boyle County Middle School football today. They're in the state championship game tomorrow against Paducah Tillman. And we'll have Coach Matt Bottom on here at 7:50 this morning to talk about that. So if you're a Boyle County Middle School fan or parent or grandparent or player or whatever it may be, if you're a player, I would assume you're probably going to school at that point. But maybe you sneak the headphones in and listen to the interview in school like I would have done during March Madness when I was a middle schooler. I would have snuck the headphones in and listened to the UK game. I'm not advocating to break the rules, but come on. Our football team's on the radio here, teacher. We got to listen to the interview. 7:30 in the morning. We got news coming your way. County Agent's Corner at 7:40 with Linda McClanahan from the Mercer County Extension Office. Then Matt Bottom on at 7:50 this morning.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A multi-agency arrest in Lexington has 9 suspects in jail. ATF Special Agent for Kentucky, Sean Morrow.
Our focus has been to improve public safety by targeting those who unlawfully possess firearms and use guns to hurt our communities. These investigations resulted in the seizure of nearly 100 crime guns as well as dangerous drugs like fentanyl, crack cocaine, and methamphetamine.
The ATF, along with Kentucky State Police and Lexington Police Department, worked several months to execute almost 12 warrants in the last 2 days. Prison time for a man who planted a fake bomb in downtown Louisville. Paul Miles has the story.
Federal prosecutors say 50-year-old Jimmy Smith Jr. rode a bicycle in downtown Louisville while carrying a backpack in August of last year. He placed a package at a bus shelter at 5th and Jefferson Streets. It was labeled bomb and contained pipes and wires. Police evacuated the area, removed the package, and dismantled it. Turns out it was a hoax. Jimmy Smith was sentenced to 2 years and 9 months in federal prison. Paul Miles, News Radio 840 WHAS.
The Kentucky Division of Forestry continues to fight wildfires across the Commonwealth. The department reports 80 wildfires have been reported, with 31 still active. Lex 18 is reporting the department is stretched thin trying to keep up with the number of fires. Fire crews from Oregon and Idaho have responded to help with the efforts. Governor WHIR has declared a state of emergency due to the number of wildfires. Officials advise residents to stay cautious with several burn bans in place throughout the state. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The Danville Medicine Shop congratulates all our local athletes. We know that every sport requires a tremendous amount of time and dedication. We are proud to support a community of great athletes, parents, grandparents, and coaches. We wish everyone an injury-free season. But if an accident does occur, know that the friendly staff at the Medicine Shop is here to help you. If you just need a bottle of ibuprofen for those sore muscles after cross-country, a wrist brace for your bowler, or a first aid kit for that cleat to the shin, we will help in every way to get your athlete back in the game. We'll also make sure that you are at the game on time. We offer free customized weekly medication packaging and free delivery in the Danville area. We'd much rather have you cheering at the game than standing in the line at the checkout counter. Medication therapy can be overwhelming. Rely on us to help coach you through it. We'll fill your prescription accurately, answer questions you may have, and we'll even run defense with your insurance company. Your locally owned and operated medicine shop is located at 900 Houstonville Road. We're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to noon on Saturday. We will take care of your health care needs on and off the field.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. There's 2 area teams left in the playoffs. Boyle County hosts Perry County Central on Z105. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central on 99.5 FM WHBM. Pre-games right after 7 o'clock. Kickoff for both games at 7:30. On Saturday, Kentucky versus Alabama. 10 o'clock pregame, 12 noon kickoff. We'll have it on Z105, your home for the Cats.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
A Danville man is being held in jail in Nicholasville after police say he committed inappropriate acts with a child. The Advocate Messenger is reporting that 33-year-old Danville native Saddam Youssef was arrested by Nicholasville officers on first-degree sexual abuse. The arrest comes from a Danville investigation where they say he committed inappropriate acts with an 8-year-old child. He's being held in the Jessamine County Jail. The Heritage Hospice Veterans Day Appreciation Event is back this year, and it's today. The event is put on every year by Heritage Hospice to honor veterans in their 4-county area. That's Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties. There will be free lunch served and a lot of door prizes, as well as honoring the oldest and youngest veterans there. If you're a veteran, you're invited to the Veterans Appreciation Day event today at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2.
Football Friday night is here as two area teams are left trying to advance to next week's state quarterfinal round. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central in their first ever matchup between those two schools. Meanwhile, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. The first head coaching stop for Boyle County coach Justin Haddix was at Perry County Central. He's still the all-time wins leader there at that high school. Both of those games will kick off tonight at 7:30. Boyle County on Z105, Mercer County on WHBN. The Danville High School literary magazine Undertow was the recent recipient of a grant that will help go to production costs. The Make Activities Count grant is presented by Kentucky McDonald's Restaurants, and recently local McDonald's owner and operator Abby Tammy presented a check to Danville schools for the Undertow magazine. And showings of the John W. Bate Middle School play Once Upon a Crime. The trial of Goldilocks continues today and tomorrow. The play will take place at Danville High School's Gravely Auditorium. It's $5 for adults, $2 for kids and seniors, with children 5 and under getting in free. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
Hello, this is Alan Martin, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in downtown Danville. Home values are at an all-time high, which means it's the perfect time to look into a home equity loan. Whitaker Bank can help you turn the equity in your home into a line of credit that could allow you to finally do those repairs you put off, or to provide peace of mind knowing you have the funds available for an emergency. Call me at 859-236-9822. That's 859-236-9822, and together we'll find just the right loan for you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is back. For the 12th year, the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is getting you ready for Friday night's games. It's Central Kentucky's only pregame show as we preview the games for Danville, Boyle County, Mercer County, and Garrett County, as well as pick area high school players and the Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft, the only high school fantasy draft that we know of. Join us. Let's have fun as we prepare for the best part of the week, Friday Night Lights, on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Fridays from 6 o'clock until 7 on WHIR and WHBN.
Time out for sports this weekend with
SportsMap Radio Network
on WHIR AM 1230.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, Jackie Boy. Brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They love to give you a free quote. 236-6686. Rain showers, a high today 60, low tonight of 34. Tomorrow, Veterans Day, is sunny, high of 54. Sunday, sunshine, and a high of 56. Right now, it's 7:38 in the morning. Waiting to see if Linda McClanahan gives us a call in. And then again in 10 minutes, we'll have Matt Bottom, the Boyle County Middle School head football coach, join us at 7:50 talking the Boyle County Middle School football team. They are in the state championship game tomorrow against Paducah Tillman. Real quickly, I want to talk about if Boyle County wins. I mean, we are confident they will, but still, you got to come out and play the game and make sure you take care of business tonight. They would move on to the third round and take on what appears to be the winner of the Corbin-Taylor County game. Now, here's the deal. It's based on the RPI when it comes to the third round, and you still stay on your side of the bracket. Boyle County's in the bottom half of the bracket. So next round, there will be 8 total teams left, 4 teams on each side of the bracket. So they renumber the RPI based on those 4 teams left on Boyle County's side of the bracket. So the top-ranked RPI team left on that side of the bracket would face the lowest-rated team left in the bracket, which would appear to be Johnson Central. So it would be Covington Catholic versus Johnson Central, the top team versus the bottom team, and then the two middle RPI teams meet. That would be Boyle County and Corbin. The only way, it appears, as if Boyle County would not play Corbin in the next round, well, there's two ways. First of all, Corbin would have to lose. One of those ways, which is not going to happen. The second one would be if Ashland Blazer beats Covington Catholic tonight, because that would knock off Covington Catholic, the top-ranked RPI team in Boyle County side of the bracket. So you can do some scoreboard watching tonight and root for Ashland Blazer to beat Covington Catholic. Ashland Blazer is a good team. You know, they're 10-1. Covington Catholic's 11-0. So, I mean, it's not set in stone that Covington Catholic would beat Ashland Blazer. I think Covcat's good. I'm just saying that Blazer's got a shot tonight. If that happens, then there is no Boyle-Corbin game next week, because at that point, Boyle County would be the top-ranked team left in Class 4A on that side of the bracket, and they would then play the lowest-ranked team left, which would not be Corbin. So the best chance that we don't see a Boyle-Corbin game in the third round would be a Covington Catholic loss tonight against Ashland Blazers. Just breaking it down for you, that's really the biggest way that that game wouldn't happen. Right now it's 7:40 in the morning. We have some time to see what's going on in the world of science. A little nerd news for you, covering the most important topics for your brain in science this week. Here's a quick rundown in the world of science. All right, number one, we might need a leap minute soon. A leap minute. Atomic clocks are ones based on the Earth's orbit, and they vary slightly. So we've been adding leap seconds every few years since 1972, but some experts want to start doing leap minutes instead every 50 years or so. 2024 is a leap year, but that's a totally different thing. Don't get that confused with leap minutes and leap seconds. Hey, your phone might actually be able to tell you how drunk you are. Researchers are working on an app that can tell how much you've had to drink by listening to you read tongue twisters out loud. Interesting. Number three, in health news, gargling with salt water can lower your chances of being hospitalized for COVID, and having flexible hours at work can lower your risk for heart disease. Which makes sense. There's less stress on you. You have to be at work these certain structured times. If you can come and go and just get your work done as you choose, as long as you still get your work done, it's better on your heart. I could understand why that would be the case. In brain news, Elon Musk's company Neuralink is ready to start testing its computer chip brain implants on humans. Thousands of people have already lined up to be the first guinea pigs for this. I'll pass. How about a chip put in your brain? No, I'm good. In space news, an astronaut lost a tool bag during a spacewalk last week, and NASA said you can actually see it if you use a pair of binoculars. It's reflective enough to see a sunlight bouncing off of this thing. They expect it to burn up in the atmosphere within the next few months. But you can see the tool bag, I guess, floating through space right now with the sun bouncing off of it. Number 6, in other space news, NASA announced that Saturn's going to lose one of its rings in 2025. Don't worry, though, the ring will be back because of Saturn's orbit. We'll be seeing them from the side. So they'll be on the edge and just look like they've disappeared. But they'll still be there. And number 7, in animal news, we learned this week that helicopters can put crocodiles in the mood. They like to start mating when it rains. So the sound of thunder or the sound of helicopters can make them all hot and bothered. It came up because some military choppers recently flew over a crocodile farm in Australia, and that's how they made that connection. Nerd news, covering the most important news for your brain. All right, 7:44 in the morning. The McRib coming back on November 13th, Monday of next week, though they'll be scarce in some areas of the country. You may even have to hop on a plane to find a McDonald's that's serving the McRib.
Ready to get away? Are you also hungry?
Yes to both.
Then come aboard McRib Airlines with more flights to more destinations that have the McRib than any other airline.
I love the McRib, but I can't get them anywhere in my city. Well, I found out they're selling them in North Carolina, so I booked my flight on McRib Airlines. I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. If you look to your left, you'll see some mountains. And if you look to your right, you'll see a McDonald's, and they're serving up the McRib. Can't you just smell it? Oh, man, oh, man. In fact, I'm so hungry for the McRib, I'm just going to land in their parking lot instead of at the airport. Don't tell the FAA.
McRib Airlines. Book your flight to wherever they have the McRib today.
There you go. Good morning to Linda McClanahan. How are you, Linda?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Linda's on here for the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs, selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Linda McClanahan.
Keeping your chickens happy and healthy in the winter is important, but maintaining a cozy and vigorous flock during the colder months demands diligent care. Chickens, which typically have an internal temperature around 106 degrees Fahrenheit, may experience cold stress when the environment's chill overwhelms their heat-generating capabilities. Indications that your chickens might be feeling the cold include behaviors like feather fluffing, huddling, and tucking one foot up to their body for warmth. When such stress is prolonged, it can impair their well-being and could be fatal. When considering your flock, it's vital to recognize that not all breeds are equally winter-resistant. Heavier breeds, such as the Plymouth Rock or Orpington, tend to endure cold better than the lighter counterparts, or those with substantial combs and wattles, which are susceptible to frostbite. Monitoring the flock dynamics, especially if diverse breeds are present, is crucial, since bullying over resources can leave some chickens malnourished and more vulnerable to the cold. Preparing your coop for the winter is fundamental. It should be a sanctuary, protecting against elements and predators alike. Roosts are essential, providing an elevated perch that shields them from the cold ground and also allow their feet to dry better. These should be crafted from materials like wood, avoiding metal or plastic, which can aggravate the cold. Perches should be spacious to prevent overcrowding, but cozy enough to allow shared body heat. Managing airflow is essential. You must ensure adequate ventilation to prevent the buildup of harmful ammonia and moisture accumulation. Chickens can withstand relatively cold temperatures as long as they are dry. You may need to insulate the coop to keep the warmth in. On below freezing nights, it may be necessary to provide supplemental heat. Historically, infrared heat lamps have been used to provide supplemental heat, but they can be a major fire risk. Alternative heat sources that have lower fire risk are now available. Use only equipment designed for livestock and always have installations carried out by a professional. Regarding nutrition, chickens' dietary intake tends to increase during winter since they require more energy to keep warm. Treats like scratch grains are beneficial for their warmth and inducing digestion and as an activity stimulant, but should offer sparingly and never be mixed with a complete nutritionally balanced feed, as it would dilute the nutrients. Ensuring continuous access to unfrozen water is equally important because chickens will not eat if they cannot drink. Egg production might dip due to reduced daylight, therefore some opt for supplementary lighting to stimulate laying. It is important that the number of light hours per day never decreases during egg production. A minimum of 14 light hours per day, no more than 18, is recommended to maintain egg production throughout the year. Tending to chickens in winter revolves around striking a delicate balance, ensuring they're warm but not overheated, well-fed but not overindulged, and active yet secure from the harsh external environment. With meticulous planning and proactive management, your poultry can thrive even when the temperatures drop. And that's today's Farm News. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Boyle, Gary, Lincoln, and Mercer County Extension offices.
Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Linda, before you go, I've got some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Linda, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, good. Fact number 1, Linda. Next year, the term action figure turns 60 years old. Interesting. Action figure was first coined by the Hasbro company back in 1964 to market their G.I. Joe action figure to boys because boys refused to play with dolls. So they had to come up with a new term, and they came up with action figures. I mean, you wouldn't call it a G.I. Joe doll, would you? I mean, I guess they did before the term action figure. This doesn't sound right. Yeah. Number 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't do his own German dubbing for the Terminator movies because his accent is actually pretty rural, and the studio felt that his German accent didn't match the main character's German accent in the Terminator movies. So there you go. Number 3, Crayola has crayons called Carnation Pink, Piggy Pink, Pink Sherbet, Pink Flamingo, and Tickle Me Pink, but not one that's just regular old pink. They have to describe the pink. They can't just say pink. It's got to be some sort of description for it. Number 4, out of the 20,500 or so Major League Baseball players that have played professionally since 1876, only 12 of them were from Alaska. The most famous one by far, a pitcher named Curt Schilling, who was born in Anchorage, Alaska. I remember Curt Schilling talking about how it would be snowy to have to play with like a blue baseball up there because you would lose it in the snow when you'd hit it. Right? You can't have a white baseball in the white snow. You couldn't find it, so you'd have to play with a different colored baseball. Yeah. Number 5, if you make it to the top of Mount Everest, you'll be standing in both Nepal and China. The border between them goes right through the peak of Mount Everest. And there you go. Some random facts. Linda, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you later on in December, okay?
Thank you.
All righty. Bye. Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner at 7:50 in the morning. Matt Bottom, Boyle County Middle School football coach, coming up next.
Garrett Automotive in Lancaster salutes America's armed forces and military veterans for the sacrifices they've made. Our troops are our angels of freedom and our wings of protection fighting to defend our country. We honor our warriors for their dedication and bravery, as well as our veterans and those who have given their lives, America's true heroes. A tribute from Garrett Automotive on Stanford Street in Lancaster. Your Part City Auto Parts store since 1984. For service that's next to none, you can give them a call at 859-792-2149. That's Garrett Automotive in Lancaster.
This is Jimmy at the Parthenon Greek American Eats, letting you know what's new for you. We have a lunch combo that includes a gyro, burger, or falafel with rice or fries, including a drink for $11.95, and our newest addition, half club sandwich with a cup of soup for $8.95.
Danville, Lexington Road.
Hello, this is Rosie the Skunk for Atmos Energy. You might think I make a bad smell. I mean, of course you do. Why wouldn't you? After all, I'm a skunk. But my stinky fragrance is nothing compared to the rotten egg smell of a gas leak, because that could be dangerous. So if you think you smell a leak or encounter other signs such as hearing a hissing or blowing sound or seeing a vapor cloud, blowing dirt or bubbling water, do not smoke, talk on the phone, turn on or off equipment or vehicles, or do anything that could cause a spark. Leave the area immediately. Then call 911 and Atmos Energy. Atmos Energy will send a trained technician to investigate the situation. Take it from a skunk. Gas leaks just plain stink. Seriously, there's no gray area here. When dealing with gas leaks, it's black and white. Yep, that's a little skunk humor there. For more information, visit atmosenergy.com/gas safety.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Thank you, Boyle Countyans, for helping keep Boyle County clean. Don't throw your trash out of your car. Keep it inside till you can dispose of it properly by bringing your plastic water bottles, soda bottles, and energy drink bottles to one of the Boyle County convenience centers for recycling. Let's keep Boyle County looking beautiful today and tomorrow. Please cover those loads when going to the convenience centers.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This Saturday, the Cats are looking to part the Red Sea and cross over to the football promised land. Alabama Crimson Tide and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown!
The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
It's all on your home for the Cats and the hits. WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, Jack. Brought to you by our friends over at the Big Deals online store. Go to hometownlive.net, shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Save up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Rain showers have hit us today, and they're starting to move on out of here. And we'll get cloudy skies, but temperatures do bounce up into the upper 50s, low 60s today. Tomorrow, Veterans Day and Boyle County Middle School Football State Championship Day. You get sunshine and a high of 54. Right now, it is 7:54 in the morning, 45 degrees. And Boyle County Middle School head football coach Matt Bottom joins us this morning here on the Joe Show. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning, Joe. I'm doing great.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here this morning, Coach. We're excited about tomorrow evening, late afternoon, early evening, 5 o'clock is the kickoff between Boyle County and Paducah-Tillman. Let me start off asking you this, Coach. I know on the middle school level there are different teams, different grades. Tell us what team this is tomorrow in the state championship game.
So it is our 8th grade team, and we play in what's called the Kentucky Middle School Football Association, and it's Division II. So kind of the way they split it up is you have your 1A, 2A schools kind of fill out Division III,
okay.
And then 3A, 4A are Division II, and then 5A, 6A are Division I. And so we're in the Division II against Paducah.
So is this based on what class the high school is in?
Kind of. It's similar. It goes by the boy population. So really, if you're in those two classes, like 3A, 4A, you're going to end up in the Division II.
Well, Coach, let's talk about your team. What's you all's record this year? And you're in the state championship game tomorrow. So how do you even focus on work today when you got the game tomorrow, Coach?
Well, I work at the school, and they, above everything else, that pays my bills. So I got to stay focused on that aspect for sure. But it is tough, and this team is sitting at 13-1. They lost their opening game against a really, really good Breathitt County football team, and so since then they've just been dialed in and focused on what they wanted to accomplish, and they've got an opportunity to do that tomorrow.
Can we give a shout-out to some of the players? I know there's no way to be able to go over every one of them, but who are some players, Coach, that are making a big impact for you? 13-1 this year, so give us some of the players.
Skill-wise, if we're talking about some skill guys, we've got Peyton Lefew playing quarterback, Will Boffman, Carson Emmons, Brady Thompson, Lucas Young. Those are some of our skill guys. Brady Edwards, they've all been really big for us this year, helping us move the football down the field. And then up front, we've got a lot of strength up front. That's where, in my opinion, games are won. And we've got 6 of the best linemen in the state with John Hawker-Smith, Christian Bryant, Quentin Ethington, William Grizzly Pruitt. Let's see, I'm missing somebody.
Hey, when your nickname's Grizzly, you got to be a good lineman, right? Like they don't just name kids Grizzly just for the fun of it.
Absolutely. And then the two that I couldn't think of off the top of my head were Grant Holman and Jordan Stacy. They've all been really big for us this year.
Wow.
Fighting that battle in the trenches and helping us win those games.
You had a close game last week, right, in the semifinals?
Yeah. Long-time rivals, even at the middle school level. We played Lexington Catholic. We beat them 18-14. Yeah, it was a good ball game.
So, Coach, I got to ask you this. You look at players that are 8th graders right now and in the past 8th graders who have gone on the high school level as freshmen, sophomores, and as they get older to play major minutes for Boyle County. How cool is that to see the growth of kids that you coached in middle school to over the next 3 or 4 years be making massive plays for the high school when they get to the high school level?
It's a really awesome experience, and we're really blessed here at Boyle County to be able to have such a consistent football program. And Coach Haddix and his staff do a really good job of developing the players that we send them through the middle school program. And, I got to coach Avery Bodner and Jace Crow and those guys that are contributing big minutes for a really good high school football team. So it's a great experience just to see them blossom into the players they can be.
I've heard there's not much of a drop-off either, that there's a pretty good 7th grade team coming up behind them.
They didn't lose a game in any game they played this year. They played conference game and a bowl game, and they did a really good job as a 7th grade group. That group's really good as well, and again, no surprise, like they're really good up front. And so, you know, when you're good up front and can move people and get penetration on defense, that helps you be really good football teams.
So has Boyle County Middle School, I'm sure at some point maybe they have, but when was the last time that they won a state championship on the 8th grade level?
2018. This current senior class was 7th graders.
Okay, so
and so 2018 we were runners up in 17.
How much does Coach Haddix have a say, Coach, in what happens at the middle school level, or does he just kind of leave it up to you all?
He's really good about letting us coach and leaving it up to us, but he has a hand in the way we do things because we try to use all of his terminology.
Yeah.
We use, his offense, the high school's defense. We just in the last couple of weeks, we've met with Coach Travis Burns, the high school defensive coordinator, a few times, and Coach Haddix just discussing strategies and some game plan stuff. And so, I mean, he has a really big hand in it, but he lets us coach the game.
Boyle County Middle School tomorrow, 5 o'clock. I was telling someone earlier this morning, Coach Bottom, that we can make a whole day of it tomorrow, right? Because you got UK Alabama at noon. Go to the UK Bama game. That'll end around 3:30, and then just mosey on over to LCA. You may get there 30, 45 minutes before kickoff and get set in the stands to root on Boyle County Middle School in the state championship game. How's that sound for a day tomorrow?
Sounds great, man.
Yeah, watching the Cants topple Alabama at the Krog, and then watching Boyle County Middle School top Paducah Tillman at LCA in the state championship game. This Boyle County Middle School Eagle team 13-1 and looking to go to 14-1 in the state championship tomorrow. Coach Matt Bottom, Coach, appreciate you being on. Good luck tomorrow, and maybe we'll talk next week after a big win tomorrow, okay?
Thanks for having me. Go Eagles and go Rebels.
There you go. That's Coach Matt Bottom, Boyle County Middle School head football coach. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, top hour news right here on the Joe Show is underway on 103.9 FM WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports.
On a weapons facility in Syria used by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and affiliated groups. The following day, the Pentagon reported at least 4 new attacks by Iranian-backed groups on U.S. bases in the Middle East. Officials say the U.S. is conducting proportionate responses while trying not to escalate the conflict.
Jurors heard opening statements Thursday in the federal trial of the man accused of attacking former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband. John Brunise reports.
Opening statements in the San Francisco trial of David DePape included rambling conspiracy theories from the defense and gruesome crime scene photos shown by the prosecution. Federal attorneys also showed the jury a hammer zipped in a plastic bag that DePape allegedly used to carry out the attack on Paul Pelosi, the husband of the former speaker. DePape's lawyers claim the defendant was not targeting Nancy Pelosi, but rather she was just a pawn in a more elaborate plot to expose child abuse by liberal lawmakers and public figures.
The Grammy nominations will be announced this morning. The announcements will be live streamed at live.grammy.com starting at 7:45 a.m. Pacific, 10:45 Eastern Time. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Finding quality health coverage is a journey, but that doesn't mean it has to be difficult. With Connect leading the way, you'll easily discover a world of low-cost, even no-cost plan options. Whether you're continuing coverage or just getting started, open enrollment is from now until January 16th, and you can get there with one easy step by visiting connect.ky.gov today. It's the best path to quality, affordable health coverage for every Kentuckian.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
The European Union has pushed back against U.S. and Israeli pressure to sanction Hamas for its October surprise attack on Israel. In Brussels, Alex Cartier says while European diplomats condemn the Hamas atrocities, sanctions and escalating military violence won't bring lasting peace to the region.
That is the view expressed by Portugal's foreign minister, echoed by other European diplomats who say getting an EU-wide consensus on sanctions would be too difficult to nail down. EU officials also point out that the bloc has already listed Hamas as a terrorist organization. US officials have said they want their EU counterparts to move faster against Hamas, and Israel's ambassador to Brussels is also doubling down, saying that the EU's current restrictions aren't being applied and that only new forceful sanctions can plug that gap.
Actor Robert De Niro's company has been found liable in a gender discrimination and retaliation trial. Paul DeCastro explains.
The jury ruled Canal Productions should pay $1.2 million to De Niro's former personal assistant, Graham Chase Robinson. She testified that De Niro gave her demeaning duties, verbally abused her, and paid her less than male employees. The actor's production company countersued Robinson, saying she misused company resources. The jury of 7 people, who reached a unanimous decision, did not find De Niro personally liable for either gender discrimination or retaliation.
No arrests and no charges are expected after the death of a Jewish protester in Thousand Oaks, California. Daniel Martindale reports.
The Ventura County Sheriff's Office says it does not have enough evidence to warrant an arrest. The protester, 69-year-old Paul Kessler, died Monday, one day after falling and suffering a severe head injury. It happened during dueling demonstrations involving pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian groups.
The Chicago Bears held on for a 16-13 win over the California Panthers on Thursday Night Football at Soldier Field. Michael Kastner, NBC News.
The Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is back. For the 12th year, the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is getting you ready for Friday night's games. It's Central Kentucky's only pregame show as we preview the games for Danville, Boyle County, Mercer County, and Garrett County, as well as pick area high school players and the Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft, the only high school fantasy draft that we know of. Join us. Let's have fun as we prepare for the best part of the week, Friday Night Lights on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Fridays from 6 o'clock until 7 on WHIR and WHBN.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Good morning to you folks. It's Friday. It's November the 10th. It is cloudy, overcast. High today is 60. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here. Voice News is now. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A Danville man is being held in jail in Nicholasville after police say he committed inappropriate acts with a child. The Advocate Messenger is reporting that 33-year-old Danville native Saddam Youssef was arrested by Nicholasville officers on first-degree sexual abuse. The arrest comes from a Danville investigation where they say he committed inappropriate acts with an 8-year-old child. He's being held in the Jessamine County Jail. The Heritage Hospice Veterans Day Appreciation Event is back this year, and it's today. The event is put on every year by Heritage Hospice to honor veterans in their 4-county area. That's Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties. There will be free lunch served and a lot of door prizes, as well as honoring the oldest and youngest veterans there. If you're a veteran, you're invited to the Veterans Appreciation Day event today at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. Football Friday night is here as 2 area teams are left trying to advance to next week's state quarterfinal round. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central in their first ever matchup between those 2 schools. Meanwhile, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. The first head coaching stop for Boyle County coach Justin Haddix was at Perry County Central. He's still the all-time wins leader there at that high school. Both of those games will kick off tonight at 7:30. Boyle County on Z105, Mercer County on WHBN. The Danville High School literary magazine Undertow was the recent recipient of a grant that will help go to production costs. The Make Activities Count grant is presented by Kentucky McDonald's Restaurants, and recently local McDonald's owner and operator Abby Tammy presented a check to Danville schools for the Undertow magazine. And showings of the John W. Bate Middle School play Once Upon a Crime. The trial of Goldilocks continues today and tomorrow. The play will take place at Danville High School's Gravely Auditorium. It's $5 for adults, $2 for kids and seniors, with children 5 and under getting in free. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Farmers National Bank invites you to flash your school spirit by offering you debit cards created especially for your school, including Boyle County High School, Bergen Independent School, Center College, Danville High School, Danville Christian Academy, Garrett County High School, Kentucky School for the Deaf, Lincoln County High School, and Mercer County High School. Flash your school spirit with Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Certain restrictions may apply. See your Farmers National Bank representative for complete details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
By Go. This Saturday, the Cats are looking to part the Red Sea and cross over to the football promised land. Alabama Crimson Tide and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown!
The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
Sold on your home for the Cats and the hits. WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
The new home for A&L Accessories in Danville's at 491 South 4th Street next to Smart Loop, featuring gifts, purses, jewelry, watches, scarves, body care products, and official Simply Southern Products dealer. Open at 11:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Stop in the new home for A&L Accessories in Danville, 493 South 4th.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky, YMAX.com.
A few years ago, Steve Faircow's lungs were failing.
I don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received a lung transplant made possible by an organ donor. Now Steve can do things he never imagined, like climbing 94 floors to the top of a skyscraper.
I never knew that breathing could feel this good. It's an incredible gift.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right then, Jack, brought to you by ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there. When you need them the most, ADA is always on the way. Call them, 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Cloudy skies, rain showers, high today 59, low tonight 34. They should clear out by the afternoon. They're actually... starting to clear out a little bit right now. Radar shows it's still in the area, but by the afternoon, we should be good to go. Tomorrow's Veterans Day, Saturday, sunshine 54, and then Sunday, sunshine and 56. Right now, it's 8:12 in the morning, and we have Dusty in his overalls in studio this morning. Good morning, Dusty.
Yeah, your headphones have a short in it. I'm only getting the right ear, so I had to.
Those are new.
Jiggle it around. It's not the headphones. It's the adapter.
Okay.
In the connection, but I got it because you have to just kind of barely kind of pull it out, and then it'll start making that other connection with the ear.
We, as in our age, we lived, I feel like, in the age of shorts. Nintendo cord shorts,
Yep.
Computer cord shorts, TV cord shorts. Like, there were times I'd have to like tape a cable cord a certain way to where like the short it would work and stuff. So like we know how to finagle cords to get it to work.
The N64 controllers, whenever you're playing, and then like your cousin runs through and then like yanks it out, and then like you have to sit there and tape it and make sure that you're just like, okay,
yeah.
It's like maybe I can't use the left C button, but I'm all right.
All right, Dusty, what's going on in music today?
Well, I know I have some news everybody I know has been awaiting, is that I installed the subwoofer there at Boyle County High School right in time. The
football. Okay,
yeah.
So tonight is going to be, there's going to be bigger booms.
No. Now let me.
And it's Dusty's fault.
Put some brakes on that real quick, because everybody, whenever I say like I put in a subwoofer, they automatically think like car subwoofer style, where you hear it just rattle, right?
Yeah.
Now the reason Well, the reason why you hear it rattle so much in a car is because it's such a tight space, right? So you can put like a 10 or an 18 in there and just rumble that Honda Civic pretty well because it's such just a closed space. Now, outside is vastly different. So all you're basically gonna the students are gonna feel it because I put it right underneath the student section.
Okay.
So they'll feel their bleachers vibrate. But everybody else will just kind of hear just the lower ends. It just kind of rounds out the rest of the sound.
All right.
So don't expect like big vibrating car thumping subwoofers. So I just want to temper that expectation down just a hair. But I will say, if you are walking on that, like if you go in and you go on the the right side, if you're facing the field and walking that aisle to get up there, you'll hear it. Because it just bounces around back there underneath the bleachers.
So did they need a new subwoofer there? Was it busted or something?
Well, there wasn't one, period.
All right.
So, yeah. So that's kind of what I added.
So a subwoofer kind of helps bring all the sound together.
Yeah, just because like the kids these days, they listen to all that low end in their music.
Yeah.
And so I just want to provide something there, especially for the students. Like that's what gets them rowdy, right? And so hopefully they'll if Boyle County wins tonight against Perry County?
Perry County Central.
Perry County Central, then I'll take the credit. Yeah.
There you go.
It'll be the music that gets them rolling.
It's definitely the subwoofers.
Yeah.
All right, Dusty, we live in the age of technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let me ask you this question, Dusty.
Okay.
There is a thread online where people are talking about the outdated technology that they still use, and they're still perfectly happy using this technology. So do you have any that pops in your mind? Outdated technology?
Probably DVD players.
Okay, so you're cool with you don't even have to have Blu-ray.
Right, DVD.
You're like regular DVD.
Cassette players. People still like those.
Do you use cassette players?
There are churches that still want cassette players and that still request us to hook up their existing cassette players.
Okay. Well, this is good for you because you're in churches hooking up and places hooking up stuff. So what other outdated technology?
So there's a video format called S-Video that we run into every once in a while. Or VGA even, but VGA is actually internationally acceptable, so it's kind of it's a weird format. But VGA is moving out. Let's see what else record players. I don't know if does that count as old technology because I feel like it's
there's been a
revamped.
rise in it because of hipsters.
Right.
Hipsters like to listen to vinyl.
I do.
It's the purest form of music.
It
man.
does. It has a lower end to it.
Okay.
It like you get to hold and like the album cover's the perfect size for album covers for vinyl. What else have I run into? Just old technology, like old cameras, like digital cameras and stuff. They can't be using those.
I don't know. I'm asking you what you're running into.
Oh, excuse me. There's a church here in Danville that I found an old 4.3 tube TV with VCR combo. It was like a 13-inch. It was still in the box.
They hadn't even opened it?
Haven't even opened it.
A TV VCR combo. My mom used to have one of those.
Box. Yeah.
Those were really, really easy to be able to record videos on. Like, there was one time I went to church. The Falcons were playing the Lions in, England. It was like one of the first ever England games years ago. And I had to go to church, so I put the video VCR and the video VHS tape and recorded the Falcons-Lions game while I was at church and came home and rewound it without looking. I just rewound it all the way to the beginning of the tape and sat down and watched the game on VHS. Nice. Those are really easy to be able to work.
Yeah.
So here we go, Dusty. Here is a top 10 countdown of the top 10 things that are outdated but we're still happy to be able to use. Every single day, they make our lives easier. It's this morning's Top 10 Countdown.
Top 10 Countdown.
Now, let's see, Dusty, if you use any of these things, all right?
All right.
Top 10 Countdown, things that are outdated, but we still use them.
Number 10.
Number 10 says, call me crazy, this person said, but I still read by hand-dipped candlelight.
What?
That can't be real. No one's sitting around reading by hand-dipped candlelight unless maybe you're like Amish.
Well, yeah.
And at this point, Amish, they aren't commenting on the internet.
Right. How they get on there to comment on Reddit? But I mean, I don't know. Isn't that bad for your eyes? That's what I've always heard.
Yeah, that can't be good for your eyes either, unless you got a ton of them.
I've also heard of a new trend called where you, it's like instead of, you're trying to disconnect from technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
you're going off the grid?
Well, not off the grid, but it's like at night they have a certain time and all they'll do is like not turn on any lights. They'll just go by candlelight. So they'll turn off all the screens and they'll just have candles lit in like specific places to kind of like calm everybody down before bed.
Okay, like no blue light.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
It's weird. I
That's
don't know.
that's number 10.
Number 9.
Number 9, paper maps. I don't use paper maps, never have. Why would you do that? You have a map on your phone that literally tells you exactly where to go and how to get there.
Funny thing, one of our first music festivals that we went to, we needed a map because it was like Virgin Mobile Music Fest. It was like back in the day. I was in high school, right? Or just graduated. And so I walked into a gas station, just picked up a map of like Kentucky and just walked out. And we started driving. They're like, man, I wish we had a map. And I was like, I picked up a map.
Got one.
And they're like, man, you bought us a map? And I was like, what do you mean buy a map? I thought maps were free.
Yeah.
I thought the state just provided maps.
Well, did you steal it on accident?
I did, yeah. It was like a $7 laminated like brochure style
Where
map.
did this come from?
It's just some random gas station.
Random gas station wherever Dusty.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You were $7 in the hole that day.
Well, I literally thought maps were free because I thought like just a state would like, oh, you
Like
want
a
to travel
like
our
a
state?
tourism thing.
Exactly.
All right, that's number 9.
Yeah.
Here's number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8 should be a slap in the face to me, but I get it. Number 8's a radio.
Oh.
But that is old I mean, like, people listen to us online, or they're watching the stream, or they're just, like, you go buy an alarm clock.
Yeah.
Most of them don't have radios attached to them anymore. It's
Really?
just like,
It's
yes,
just
no,
the
it's just a
alarm?
beep, beep, beep that wakes you up. You can't have your favorite radio station wake you up in the morning now.
I can't wake up to your smooth, docile tones.
Well, you could if you wanted to go out of your way, but, like, you just, like, go to a store and buy one. Most of them don't have them attached.
I still have my alarm clock from like high school. It still works.
Still working? Does it
Yeah.
have a radio attached?
It does.
Good. All right, here's number 7.
Number 7.
A motorless lawnmower. So like the old ones that just have the blades?
Yeah. There was a lady who in our old neighborhood had one of those, and that's how she mowed her lawn. She mowed her like at dusk, and she just like.
Well, if you don't have a big yard, I get it. Why would you need a lawnmower with a motor?
That's true.
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I like that one because probably golf places use that too, right? I imagine.
I have no
like
idea.
at some places where it's just like we have to.
We're
keep
gonna
it
say
appropriate.
we're gonna say yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, here's number 6.
Number 6.
We have one of these. It's awful. A hand crank can opener. Ours doesn't work right.
Oh, my
Do you have an
mother-in-law-
automatic one or a hand crank
No,
one?
my mother-in-law got me the like industrial, like commercial grade.
Okay.
It's still hand cranked, but it's like you snap it down and it's like a whole like crank.
Works real well.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's like one of the best things.
All right, number 5 on the top
What do you
10
mean that's
things.
old technology. It's a can opener.
But they have automatic ones now. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
those are weird.
All right, here's number 5.
Number 5.
A lot of people mention previous video gaming systems.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64, you're still playing or
yeah,
something like
so
that.
good.
Yeah. All right, let's get to number 4. Top 10 countdown. Outdated technology we're still using.
Number 4.
Physical media, DVDs, you mentioned CDs, video games, things like that. All that makes sense. That's number 4. Here's number 3. Running through these quickly now.
Number 3.
A calculator with buttons and a screen. Like an old, not one on your phone. I've got one sitting on my desk, like an actual calculator.
Oh no, I haven't used one of those in forever.
You just use your phone?
Right. Or what about the TI? What is it?
TI-84?
Yeah.
They have the games on it?
Yeah.
All right, here's number 2. We ran out of music.
2.
Watches that just tell the time.
But I
You know,
thought
like
those-
the old watches that just have the hands on it. There's no date. There's
But isn't
just
that
the
like
hands.
fancy watches?
Are those considered fancy now?
No, I mean like your baller watches, right? Like
Yeah.
your like Rolex.
I guess you can. You can spend a lot of money like on a Rolex that's just going to tell you the time.
Exactly. Like yeah.
But people aren't buying that for the time. You aren't buying an expensive Rolex to check the time. You're buying it to let people know you have a Rolex.
Right. Yeah. It's more of a status symbol.
Like, you're not buying a Lamborghini to drive it across the country. You're buying a Lamborghini to drive it around town so people know in town you have a Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then number 1, I actually still use this technology.
Number 1.
I'm going to the grocery store. I don't want to have to pull out my phone to figure out what the grocery list is. I'm writing it down on a pen and paper.
Oh,
That
yeah?
way I can cross it off and see where I've crossed it off.
No, see, okay. There's an app. This is probably on Rick D's Plan of the Apps.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but AnyList is the name of it. It's a free app, and the advantage of it is that if I am at the grocery store shopping and Monica thinks of something, she just updates the AnyList.
Yeah, but she can just call you too, right? And you can write it down
Okay,
on your
but
piece of paper.
but then I have to remember, right?
Yeah, but
Like-
you're talking to her right there. She calls you, you pick up the phone, hello, hey, get some aluminum foil. Okay, I will. Hang up, take the pen and paper, aluminum foil, write it down.
No. It's just more of a, like, I'm already there. I'm looking at the list. It just goes, boop, boop, Monica updated the eating list for shared groceries. And you look at it and you're like, oh, she wants aluminum foil. And I go, and then I check it off. Now, here's the other advantage. We use it for work all the time because we have to go to usually 1 or 2 places to find hardware. And so whenever we find the hardware, we can just check it off, and it lets the other people know that my other coworkers know that we found the hardware. And so if Monica and I, or if my coworkers and I are looking for the same thing, now it's like, oh, I stopped at Save-A-Lot, picked up some meat because their meat's pretty good. And then she's like, well, I'm at Kroger. I'm going to get some Oreos, right?
Okay.
And it's just like
So this is Dusty's Planet of the Apps
recommendation,
any list.
Yeah, any list.
Any
it's
list.
a free
Download
app.
it.
It's
All
amazing.
right, Dusty, who are we previewing today in music?
Okay, how would you say your name? Isley?
Okay, it's spelled Aisley. I would probably say Isley.
Isley Autumn. She is a Lexingtonian. She is going to be playing at, hold on, I had it pulled up. You had to ask me. You had to get going about apps and stuff. And, of course, the apps are just slow these
Now
days.
the apps that you don't recommend are working slowly. AnyList doesn't do this. AnyList works quickly.
AnyList works great. She is going to be at, well, where did I find her? She's going to be at something table. It's in Lexington. But we're going to preview her song, Just Be.
Isley Autumn.
She's going to be playing tonight, and as soon as I find it, I will let you know. Here we go. She is going to be playing a solo concert at the Kentucky Table Coffee Shop, which is Kenwick Table. That's what it is.
Got coffee shop vibes to it.
It does.
Isley Autumn.
The end to begin. To see the wind that blows and brushes your skin. You long for better days, but it's fantasy. You try to break the flow, but you can't break free in this make-believe that's tearing your heart down, and you long to be in a world that's not reality, and your thoughts beyond the now are stealing your joy somehow. So stop and breathe for a moment and just be.
Isley Autumn in the Kentucky Music Preview Spotlight.
Yeah, like I said, Lexingtonian. She's going to be playing over there at Kenwick Table off Owsley Avenue there in Lexington. That's tonight at 7 p.m. if you want to go check her out on the 10th. Right? Tonight's the 10th? Yeah, that's where we are.
I wonder if Kenwick Table's in the Kenwick neighborhood. I would assume.
Yeah.
That's where my grandparents used to live.
Oh, well,
I mean, the Kenwick area on Preston Avenue. Owsley Avenue is like right next to Preston. My grandparents, they lived there their whole lives on Preston Avenue.
Well,
That's got to be.
go.
If my mom is listening, she's not because she's at the store. She'd be able to tell
She's
me.
writing it down and checking it off like old-fashioned,
She
right?
probably is. I want to see where the Kenwick Table is. You said Owsley Avenue?
Owsley Avenue, yeah. Kenwick Table. It's and then
Dude, that area is like exploding.
Yeah,
Like yuppies moving into it. So like my grandparents sold, so they built their house for what, like back in the 1950s for
$2.
Maybe a little bit more than that, but not much more than that, right? It just, the same house just recently sold, my grandparents built. Now they've done some renovations inside for like $500,000.
Whew!
The area is just exploding with the young yuppies.
Yeah, that's exciting.
All right, here it is. Kenwick Table, you said Owsley Avenue, that's correct. Yes, it is 2 streets over from Preston Avenue where my grandparents lived their whole lives.
Well, there you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you know where that's at.
216 Preston Avenue. If you're going to the Kenwick Table, drive by 216 Preston Avenue. I cannot tell you how many summer days and nights I spent in that house. Make a stop by there.
$500,000 home.
Now $500,000 home. Yeah, that's crazy. Insane.
All right, you got a double feature tonight at the Steam Engine Pizza Pub over there in Irvine, Kentucky. You got Luna and the Mountain Jets And then Laid Back Country Picker is going to be playing there as well. And KET is going to be live there recording. And so that's going to be an awesome event just because those are two awesome, fantastic bands. And Laid Back Country Picker is always very entertaining. Jocelyn and the Sweet Compressions are going to be down there in Bourbon County for the Legends of Bourbon County Festival. Which that's pretty dope festival, Legends of Bourbon County.
I like that.
And are they from Bourbon County? Like, is that the requirement that you have to be in there, or do they just honor legends from? We should have that, Legends of Boyle County.
The music festival, Legends of Boyle County.
Right, but I mean, but you would just honor random legends, and they just have good music.
So the bands don't have to be
right.
from
I think that would be very hard to repeat again and again and again.
Headlined by Rage Against the Machine at Whisker Park. Bulls on Parade! As it echoes off of Copper and Oak in the Bluegrass Pizza Pub.
Yeah, I'm sure they would love that. That's the kind of crowd you want downtown next to a court building.
Well, that brand new fountain will be broke in 5 minutes.
Oh,
Wait till they start mosh pitting.
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of people swimming in it.
Legends of Boyle County, headlined by Rage Against the Machine. It's coming soon, folks. We'll get working on that.
Yeah, we'll keep our dates open. But Jocelyn Sweet Compression is playing tonight, along with Magnolia Boulevard. They're going to be playing tomorrow night down there at the Legends of Bourbon County Festival. So it must be a 2-day festival.
Yeah.
Justin Wells will be playing tomorrow night. We've previewed him plenty of times. He's going to be at the Burl tomorrow, if you're looking for something to do. Trace Atkins is down there at Renfro Valley. He's already been there once, right? Have we talked about Trace Atkins?
I thought we talked about him earlier this week.
Yeah. No, that was Travis Tritt.
Oh.
When Travis
kind of the
Tritt,
same guys.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's close.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm surprised they're not touring together. Homegrown Headband will be at Al's Bar Saturday. Steely Dan's at Rupp Arena on Tuesday, along with the Eagles.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And Vince Gill apparently plays for the Eagles, which I did not know.
Oh, yeah, he was an original member of the Eagles, right?
Vince Gill wasn't an original member of the Eagles.
Maybe I'm thinking Pure Prairie League. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Vince Gill was in Pure Prairie League, not the Eagles, but he's playing for the Eagles now.
Right. Is it Pure Prairie League? The Amy, what you want to do?
Yeah, is it?
I
know that song, but I didn't know it was Pure Prairie League. That's a good song.
Is it? I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's see what else we got going on. Greek Fest, but I don't think we're invited to that. So Travis Tritt, that's who. Louisville Palace. They're going to be on Saturday. He's going to be with his. I think it's his son, Tyler Reese Tritt. You just don't know anymore these days, and so that's going to be. And then coming up next week, you got Blackberry Smoke down at Caesar's event. Am I right?
You're right. Pure Prairie League. Amy.
That's a great song.
It is a really good song.
And anytime I do a wedding with anybody named Amy,
you just play this one?
I throw it in there.
It is spelled A-M-I-E in the song, but
right. But
they don't spell it out in the song, so
right.
it's not like you care how it's spelled.
A-I-M-E, what you want to do.
Well, there you go. All right, Dusty. Appreciate you being on.
No problem, Joe.
8:31 in the morning. We'll let Pure Prairie League lead us into this next commercial break.
Nice. Let you see one thing for yourself. But now you're off with someone else and I'm alone. You see, I thought that I might keep you for my own. Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way. Large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Since 1984. ADA. Always on time with our professional team when we show up at your door. ADA. Residential and commercial, day or night. ADAHeatingandAir.com does it right. ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A Danville man is being held in jail in Nicholasville after police say he committed inappropriate acts with a child. The Advocate Messenger is reporting that 33-year-old Danville native Saddam Youssef was arrested by Nicholasville officers on first-degree sexual abuse. The arrest comes from a Danville investigation where they say he committed inappropriate acts with an 8-year-old child. He's being held in the Jessamine County Jail. The Heritage Hospice Veterans Day Appreciation Event is back this year, and it's today. The event is put on every year by Heritage Hospice to honor veterans in their 4-county area. That's Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties. There will be free lunch served and a lot of door prizes, as well as honoring the oldest and youngest veterans there. If you're a veteran, you're invited to the Veterans Appreciation Day event today at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. Football Friday night is here as 2 area teams are left trying to advance to next week's state quarterfinal round. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central in their first ever matchup between those 2 schools. Meanwhile, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. The first head coaching stop for Boyle County coach Justin Haddix was at Perry County Central. He's still the all-time wins leader there at that high school. Both of those games will kick off tonight at 7:30. Boyle County on Z105, Mercer County on WHBN. The Danville High School literary magazine Undertow was the recent recipient of a grant that will help go to production costs. The Make Activities Count grant is presented by Kentucky McDonald's Restaurants, and recently local McDonald's owner and operator Abby Tammy presented a check to Danville schools for the Undertow magazine. And showings of the John W. Bate Middle School play Once Upon a Crime. The trial of Goldilocks continues today and tomorrow. The play will take place at Danville High School's Gravely Hall Auditorium. It's $5 for adults, $2 for kids and seniors, with children 5 and under getting in free. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Addiction does not discriminate. Anyone that's struggling with substance use can call in to us. Call 8338-KY-HELP. People are struggling and they need hope and compassion and to know they're not alone. All you have to do is pick up the phone. Call 8338-KY-HELP. And on the other side of that phone is endless hope and endless help.
Kentucky is here to help you. Call 8338-KY-HELP
or visit the website findhelpnowky.org to begin your journey to recovery. Paid for by the Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Get ready for the great outdoors with our Rootology sinus and allergy support products. Or try our DEET-free, all-natural bug repellents that are safe for the whole family. We even have a natural bug repellent for dogs, which is specially formulated to repel mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and ticks. Enjoy the great outdoors naturally by visiting your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. There's 2 area teams left in the playoffs. Boyle County hosts Perry County Central on Z105. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central on 99.5 FM WHBM. Pre-games right after 7 o'clock. Kickoff for both games at 7:30. On Saturday, Kentucky versus Alabama. 10 o'clock pregame, 12 noon kickoff. We'll have it on Z105, your home for the Cats.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, Jackie Boy. Brought to you by Cowell Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle over to the experts, Brent and Devin at Cowell Collision Center. They'll make it right. You get rain showers mainly before 8 o'clock in the morning, and we've seen those pass through. It's 8:40 now, right? So there is one more system that is in Washington County that may just, very lightly hit us over the next hour or so, but we should be good to go after that. Tomorrow, Veterans Day, sunny high of 54, 34 the low. Sunday, sunshine, 56 is the high. It's 8:40 in the morning right now. 45 degrees, maybe seeing a drizzle here and there where you are here in Boyle County. 238-WHIR is the phone number to call in. Wedding Planning with Pim is coming your way right now. Here's Pimmy.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. You've spent time planning a ceremony that's meaningful to you as a couple. You know you picked roses, Freesia and Stephanotis, because they represent fidelity and everlasting love. But will your guests know their meaning? Will they know why you chose a special reading and who the reader is? Imparting this kind of information is only one of the reasons you may need a wedding program. Wedding programs are not subject to a particular format, and they're not required, but they can be a thoughtful touch. Programs should be handed out to guests when they arrive at the ceremony site. For less formal weddings, they may be placed in pews or on chair seats, or put on a table for guests to pick up. Your program can be a single page or a booklet. You can have them professionally printed or do them yourself on your computer and printer. Add special details with fancy papers, ribbon, pressed flowers, or tassels. The program's contents usually include the order of the ceremony, the names of the bridal party, grandparents and parents of the couple, and the names of the officiate, soloists, musicians, cantors, and readers. If you wish to thank family and friends publicly for their love and support and memorialize those who have passed away, the program is a good place to do it. My love note, your program can be a lovely keepsake and treasured reminder of your nuptial celebration.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizin, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults. Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings, 10 to 1 on WHIR.
All righty, it's 8:43 in the morning, 45 degrees here in Danville. Phone number to call in, 238-WHIR. Remember, today, 11 o'clock until 2, Danville National Guard Armory. It is a Veterans Appreciation Day event. This was a massive event, and then COVID-19 had to cancel it the last 3 years, and we know its first year back is going to be massive again. So veterans in Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, Lincoln counties, you are invited out today, 11 o'clock until 2, at the Danville National Guard Armory. Lunch is free. Park at the Danville Admiral Football Stadium. They'll chauffeur you up in a golf cart, let you walk down the red carpet, be greeted to the hero's welcome that you deserve to be greeted to, and then you can stop inside, eat lunch, and win one of the many door prizes that they have on hand. It's today from 11 o'clock until 2. Hey, Kenny G, the 12th Region Sports Update, exclusively here on The Joe Show. And let's see what Kenny G has on his mind as we look at another Football Friday tonight here in the coverage area. Take it away, Kenny.
What's up, guys? This is Kenny Gooden with 12th Region Sports, and you're listening to the 12th Region Sports Update on WHIR, The Joe Show. The second round of the high school football playoffs start tonight. 6 12th Region teams are still standing. Let's look at some of the matchups. First, you have Perry County Central traveling to Boyle County. Perry is 7-4 and just recently beat Lincoln County last week. Perry has a three-headed monster in Kaiser Sloan, Seth Jackson, and Noah Kilburn. Sloan has passed for 1,955 yards. Jackson has rushed for 1,261 yards. And Kilburn has 958 receiving yards. That's a potent lineup, but they're also playing the best offense in the state, led by QB Sage Dawson in Boyle County. Perry Central has given up 350 points on the season. Boyle will put the ball in the end zone, and they will do it a lot. Boyle's defense has also been playing lights out. Boyle is a bad matchup for anyone right now. Louisville Central travels to Mercer County. Central is 6-5, while Mercer is 10-1. Coach Yeast has done a phenomenal job in his second year at Mercer. This could be a very, very good football game between the two. They have one common opponent in Casey County. Mercer defeated Casey 34-21 earlier this year, while Central beat them 48-6 last week. Mercer will need to play a very good game, in my opinion. Staying composed and limiting mistakes will be the difference in this game. Mercer being at home for this game is a huge advantage as well. They will need the Titan faithful to come out strong for this game. Some other games will be 7-4 Leslie at 8-3 Somerset. Cam Hughes has been great at running back this season for the Briar Jumpers. And with the experience of Coach Clevenger, I believe Somerset gets it done. What about 8-3 Lawrence County traveling to Rockcastle 10-1? I'm taking the Rockets. They've been a team on a mission all season. They're loaded with great senior leadership and talent. Finally, you have a rematch for Lake Cumberland. Pulaski will travel to Southwestern. Throw the records out the window. This is a rivalry game and it is tense. A few weeks ago, Southwestern edged Pulaski at Pulaski in their regular season matchup. Pulaski had a lot of unforced mistakes early, and it proved to be the difference late in the game. Pulaski is very young, but they have started to grow in the fire, so to speak. But Southwestern is still tough. They are experienced, and they are mean. This game is at the reservation, too. You may want to get there early, because it will be standing room only. Be sure to listen every Friday morning and stay up to date. This has been the 12th Region Sports Update. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search 12th Region Sports Network. Check out our weekly podcast on Apple or Spotify, and be on the lookout for the return of the Prep Series on YouTube produced by White Raven Media. Till next time, this is Cool Kenny G
out.
The 12th Region Sports Update, exclusively on The Joe Show here on WHIR with Cool Kenny G here every Friday morning right around 8:45. We see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. It is coming up next. The decisions at breakfast are tough, but Wendy's makes it a little bit easier with their 2-for-3 biggie bundles. And what we mean by this is you pick any two of these items, you get it for $3. The small seasoned potatoes they have, their breakfast side, sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, and a medium hot coffee. Any two of those, you get them for $3. You can have a sausage biscuit or an egg cheese biscuit. You can have two sausage biscuits. You can have two seasoned potatoes. You can have a seasoned potatoes and a coffee. You can have a coffee and an egg cheese biscuit. Whatever you want, any combination, two of those for $3. The choice is all yours. And you can also add the brand new Frosty Cream Cold Brew to your order. Available in vanilla, caramel, and chocolate. Their new Frosty Cream Cold Brew is a morning maker, puts other post-lunch pick-me-ups down, and makes for a tasty late-night drink. It's available all day at Wendy's, not just a breakfast item. It's an all-day thing. The 2-for-3 biggie bundles and the Frosty Cream Cold Brew at Wendy's in Danville. Tell them you heard it this morning on The Joe Show.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Hometown Radio brings you a pair of second-round high school football playoff games tonight. In Class 3A, 10-1 Mercer County entertains Central at 7:30 on WHBN FM 99.5. In Class 4A, unbeaten Boyle County host Perry County Central at 7:30 on Z105. With wins tonight, the Titans and Rebels advance to the state quarterfinals next week. Both games stream at hometownlive.net. One other area contest is in Class 3A as Rockcastle County welcomes Lawrence County to Mount Vernon. Start your evening with the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show from 6 to 7 on WHBN and WHIR. Kentucky faces number 8 Alabama tomorrow at noon at Kroger Field in Lexington. The Crimson Tide of Nick Saban is 6-0 in the SEC, while Mark Stoops' Wildcats are 3-3. UK's a 10.5-point underdog. Our pregame activities begin at 10 o'clock in the morning. Kickoff is at 12 noon for Kentucky versus Alabama Saturday on Z105. Last night in college football, number 11 Louisville fought all kinds of adversity to finally escape with a 31-24 victory over Virginia when Isaac Garendo ran for a 74-yard touchdown with 3:24 left in the game to cap a 17-point fourth quarter for the Cards. A Virginia running back, Paris Jones, was injured on a helmet-to-helmet hit late in the third quarter and was transported to the hospital strapped down to a board. A UVA spokesperson said this morning that Jones had movement in all his extremities. Another college action tomorrow. Center College closes out its 23 campaign when they say goodbye to 24 seniors. The Colonels have won 4 in a row and have an SAA game with Birmingham Southern. Kickoff at 1 o'clock at Joe McDaniel Field and Andy Fry Stadium. Elsewhere, Eastern Kentucky visits Central Arkansas, and Western Kentucky hosts New Mexico State. Number 16, Kentucky has its second game of the season tonight. The Wildcats host Texas A&M Commerce at 7 o'clock in Rupp Arena. Meanwhile, UK has picked up 2 early signees, 6'10 forward Samto Ciro and 6'3 guard Boogie Fland. And last night in the NFL, the Bears hurt their top draft chances by beating the Panthers 16-13. Chicago is now 3-7, while Carolina drops to 1-8. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want?
I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever at bartesian.com/radio. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of
of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever. It's available right now, only at Bartesian.com/radio. That's BARTESIAN.com/radio for Bartesian's best deal ever. Only at Bartesian.com/.
Hi, this is Ruth at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check us out. We offer 12 months same as cash with approved credit. And now is a good time to lay away for Christmas. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor.
Mattresses and More, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 to 5. Again, beside Ace Hardware, Houstonville Road, Danville. Girls,
come see our Nana for the best still in town. You'll be glad you did. This Joe Show Weather Report brought to you by...
All right then, Jackie Boy, brought to you by our friends at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's. Their steaks are aged 28 days, hand cut, second to none in tenderness and flavor. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass. Funny story, yesterday was Rebecca's birthday. We were going out to eat for her birthday. We went to another restaurant, and Jack, the entire time, was like, I wish we could go to Cattleman's. He wanted to go to Cattleman's. We had already eaten at Cattleman's 2 days prior, so we went somewhere else. But that's how good it is. Even our son was begging to eat at Cattleman's. All right, rain showers moving through the area today. High of 59. Low tonight, 34. Sunshine, a high of 54 tomorrow, Veterans Day. Sunny on Sunday and a high of 56. 61 on Monday. Right now it's 8:54 in the morning. It is 45 degrees here in Danville. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. We'd love to have you this morning on the radio here on the Joe Show, 238-9447. Today, 11 o'clock until 2, Danville National Guard Armory Veterans Day Appreciation Event. It's put on by Heritage Hospice, and for the first time in 3 years, this event is being put back on after COVID-19. So make sure if you're a veteran, you go out and you get pampered and spoiled because you deserve it. You deserve it every day, but certainly on Veterans Day weekend. Good morning. You're on the radio.
It's football Friday.
Yes, it is, Miles Bell. You have declared it Football Friday, and thus it shall be. And we hope we can continue to declare Football Fridays through the first weekend in December. Good morning to you, Miles. How are you this morning?
We can, and I'm doing good.
We can, and you're doing good. Miles, did you pick up your Reese peanut butter Christmas tree bag yesterday from Morning Point?
Yeah.
Good. Have you already eaten some? You dug into the bag yet?
Yeah.
There you go. So, Miles, it's an interesting night for you, Miles, from your perspective. I guess from a lot of people's perspective. You got Boyle County taking on Perry County Central, but you also got UK basketball playing, Miles. So, I would assume, I would assume that you have UK on TV. Maybe you'll watch it on mute, and you have the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, on the play-by-play call on the radio. Is that what you're going to do tonight?
Yes, and record the game and watch it better when Boyle County goes off.
Okay, so you're going to still be paying attention to the UK game, but you're going to go back and watch it. I feel like you're like a coach, Miles. You got to go back and watch film and scout to see how UK did, even though you know the result.
Yes, like I'm Yeah, like I'm that big of a fan.
There you go. So let me ask you this, though. So Tuesday, you did pretty good on the Miles Bell spread. The UK-New Mexico State game was an 18.5-point spread, and you said it was going to be way more than that. So let me ask you, what is the Miles Bell spread for tonight's game? First of all, Boyle County and Perry County Central. What's the Miles Bell spread? I assume you're going with the Rebels, but what's the point differential tonight, Miles? How much does Boyle County win by?
20.
Okay, 20. All right, so you got Boyle County just by 20 over Perry County Central, but a win's a win. All right, so you got that. Secondly, you got UK Texas A&M. Is it Texas A&M Commerce? Is that who they're playing tonight?
Yeah.
I never heard of that school before. I'm trying to bring up the what the line is tonight. First of all, Miles, how much do you think UK wins by? Then we'll compare that to what the betting line is. What's your UK prediction tonight? How much do they win by?
40 again.
40 again. And my internet's not working in here. That's hard to get Wi-Fi back here in the back studio where I am. So I don't know what the line. Someone's going to have to tell. I can't get the internet to work. Someone's going to have to tell me what the line is. It's Texas A&M. It's not Texas A&M CC. That's Corpus Christi. It's Texas A&M Commerce.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wish I could tell you what the line. You got Kentucky by 40, and you got Boyle County by 20. Those both sound good to me, Miles. Hopefully it's even wider margins for both. We don't want to sweat out either game. And then, Miles, what you need to do is to root hard for Ashland Blazer tonight. Because if Ashland Blazer beats Covington Catholic tonight, and if Boyle County wins, which we expect them to, we hope they do, certainly, that means that would shift that third-round game. And Corbin would not come to Boyle County next round because Boyle County would then be the top remaining team left in their side of the bracket in the RPI. So root for Ashland Blazer to beat Covington Catholic, then there's no Boyle-Corbin game next week. Unless you want to see Boyle-Corbin in the third round, then I don't know why you'd want to. You want to push Corbin back as far as you can. But, that's what you need. Yeah, so that's what we got tonight. We got a Rebel win, we got a UK win, and then you root for Ashland Blazer to beat Covington Catholic. Miles, appreciate you being on, buddy. We got top hour news coming up here, so we'll let you go, okay?
Okay.
All right, Miles, talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Miles Bell giving us an update from his home front. He's got the Cats by a lot, and he's got Boyle County by a smaller margin than I thought. I thought it would be bigger than that, but Miles has got about 3 scores over Perry County Central. 9 o'clock in the morning coming up. I still can't get the phone internet to work on my phone. I tried to look it up online on the actual computer. Couldn't find it. I don't know what the UK Texas A&M Commerce line is. It's not
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says more needs to be done to protect Palestinian civilians in Gaza. Blinken spoke in India today as he wrapped up his tour of Asia and said he welcomed Israel's pauses in the fight against Hamas, but that it isn't enough. Blinken said far too many Palestinians have been killed and have suffered during the conflict. Envelopes with suspicious powdery substances have been found at election offices in Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, and Georgia this week. Trey Thomas reports.
Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says the letter sent to the Fulton County Elections Office was laced with fentanyl. He calls it an act of domestic terrorism.
This is very, very serious, and we take it that way.
There was also a scare at the Texas Attorney General's office in Austin after an envelope full of white powder was found.
The defense team for former President Donald Trump is asking a judge to end Trump's civil fraud trial in New York. More from Scott Pringle.
Trump's legal team on Thursday argued there are no victims because the banks got paid and made money, and Trump's insurance company is still doing business with Trump. Therefore, there should be no case and it should be dismissed. The judge did not make a ruling and said the trial will continue on Monday. State Attorney General Letitia James is seeking a big fine and a ban on Trump doing business in New York State. She's accusing Trump of inflating his net worth to get better loans and insurance deals.
State government scientists in California, represented by the California Association of Professional Scientists, plan to strike for 3 days starting November 15th. The strike follows 3 years of unsuccessful wage negotiations, with CAPS seeking significant raises. And the Grammy nominations will be announced this morning. The announcements will be live streamed at live.grammy.com starting at 7:45 a.m. Pacific, 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Finding quality health coverage is a journey, but that doesn't mean it has to be difficult. With Connect leading the way, you'll easily discover a world of low-cost, even no-cost plan options. Whether you're continuing coverage or just getting started, open enrollment is from now until January 16th, and you can get there with one easy step by visiting connect.ky.gov today. It's the best path to quality, affordable health coverage for every Kentuckian.
safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
The European Union has pushed back against U.S. and Israeli pressure to sanction Hamas for its October surprise attack on Israel. In Brussels, Alex Cartier says while European diplomats condemn the Hamas atrocities, sanctions and escalating military violence won't bring lasting peace to the region.
That is the view expressed by Portugal's foreign minister, echoed by other European diplomats who say getting an EU-wide consensus on sanctions would be too difficult to nail down. EU officials also point out that the bloc has already listed Hamas as a terrorist organization. US officials have said they want their EU counterparts to move faster against Hamas, and Israel's ambassador to Brussels is also doubling down, saying that the EU's current restrictions aren't being applied and that only new forceful sanctions can plug that gap.
Actor Robert De Niro's company has been found liable in a gender discrimination and retaliation trial. Paul DeCastro explains.
The jury ruled Canal Productions should pay $1.2 million to De Niro's former personal assistant, Graham Chase Robinson. She testified that De Niro gave her demeaning duties, verbally abused her, and paid her less than male employees. The actor's production company countersued Robinson, saying she misused company resources. The jury of 7 people, who reached a unanimous decision, did not find De Niro personally liable for either gender discrimination or retaliation.
No arrests and no charges are expected after the death of a Jewish protester in Thousand Oaks, California. Daniel Martindale reports.
The Ventura County Sheriff's Office says it does not have enough evidence to warrant an arrest. The protester, 69-year-old Paul Kessler, died Monday, one day after falling and suffering a severe head injury. It happened during dueling demonstrations involving pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian groups.
The Chicago Bears held on for a 16-13 win over the California Panthers on Thursday Night Football at Soldier Field. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
So now that we have these subpoenas that have been set out for Hunter Biden and for Joe Biden, for Joe Biden's brother, Joe Biden's son, and one of their business associates, my sources are telling me that the list is about to get a hell of a lot longer by tonight. And I believe tonight we'll have James Comer on. But it really gets into the other news about how the FBI has been weaponized and how the DOJ has been politicized. And, now we're learning they apparently had a behind-closed-door interview with David Weiss, and David Weiss confirmed that everything that the IRS whistleblowers had said is absolutely, positively true.
The Sean Hannity Show, from coast to coast, later today.
More than 200 fire department jurisdictions trust the Knox entry system to provide secure access to buildings, elevators, and control rooms when seconds matter. Now, businesses, schools, airports, several industrial applications are also using Knox entry to manage controlled access and authorize service activity for critical assets. Now, Knox entry allows you to develop a customized access strategy complete with an audit trail and rapid flexibility. Just go to Knox.com for more information. That's KNOX.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want?
I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever at Bartesian.com/radio. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever. It's available right now, only at bartesian.com/radio. That's BARTESIAN.com/radio for Bartesian's best deal ever, only at bartesian.com/radio.
Good morning to you folks. It is Friday. It's the 10th day of November. That's 111023 on your calendar. A day today where we get rain showers, a high of 60, although the rain is moving through and clears out of here. And should be an okay afternoon, though it is going to remain overcast. Forecast coming your way. News is first.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
A Danville man is being held in jail in Nicholasville after police say he committed inappropriate acts with a child. The Advocate Messenger is reporting that 33-year-old Danville native Saddam Youssef was arrested by Nicholasville officers on first-degree sexual abuse. The arrest comes from a Danville investigation where they say he committed inappropriate acts with an 8-year-old child. He's being held in the Jessamine County Jail. The Heritage Hospice Veterans Day Appreciation Event is back this year, and it's today. The event is put on every year by Heritage Hospice to honor veterans in their 4-county area. That's Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties. There will be free lunch served and a lot of door prizes, as well as honoring the oldest and youngest veterans there. If you're a veteran, you're invited to the Veterans Appreciation Day event today at the Danville National Guard Armory from 11 o'clock until 2. Football Friday night is here as 2 area teams are left trying to advance to next week's state quarterfinal round. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central in their first ever matchup between those 2 schools. Meanwhile, Boyle County hosts Perry County Central. The first head coaching stop for Boyle County coach Justin Haddix was at Perry County Central. He's still the all-time wins leader there at that high school. Both of those games will kick off tonight at 7:30. Boyle County on Z105, Mercer County on WHBN. The Danville High School literary magazine Undertow was the recent recipient of a grant that will help go to production costs. The Make Activities Count grant is presented by Kentucky McDonald's Restaurants, and recently local McDonald's owner and operator Abby Tammy presented a check to Danville schools for the Undertow magazine. And showings of the John W. Bate Middle School play Once Upon a Crime. The trial of Goldilocks continues today and tomorrow. The play will take place at Danville High School's Gravely Hall Auditorium. It's $5 for adults, $2 for kids and seniors, with children 5 and under getting in free. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell a tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road in Danville. Rain showers today, a high of 60, a low tonight 34. Rain showers tonight into early portions tomorrow, but we're good to go. Veterans Day afternoon. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 54. Sunday, sunny and 56. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. Phone number to call in is 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR as we see what's gone on the timeline on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember. And then we'll get to the Adcaster shortly after that. Starting off on this date in 1951, where the first direct dial coast-to-coast telephone call was made, as the mayor of Englewood, New Jersey, called the mayor of Alameda, California. That happened on this date, 1951. Well, starting up a lawnmower or dialing a rotary phone. You pick which choice you think that sound clip was. On this date, 1969, this TV show officially debuted on PBS.
Sunny day, sweep the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
There you go, Sesame Street on this date, 1969. It was on this date, 1993, the House of Representatives passed what's called the Brady Bill, which called for a 5-day waiting period for handgun purchases. Here's a clip of then-President Bill Clinton talking about the Brady Bill.
The Brady Bill has finally become law in a fundamental sense, not because of any of us, but because grassroots America changed its mind. and demanded that this Congress not leave here without doing something.
And it's on this date in 2012, the final U.S. presidential election results were declared after Barack Obama won Florida to defeat Mitt Romney 332 to 206 in Electoral College votes 4 days after the election.
You reaffirmed the spirit that has triumphed over war and depression, the belief that while each of us will pursue our own individual dreams, we are an American family and we rise or fall together as one nation and as one people.
There we go, 2012. And it was on this date, 2018, amid California forest fires, President Donald Trump accused state forest management of gross mismanagement and threatened to withhold federal funding after the state forest fires there in California.
You got fires eating away at California every year because management is so bad. The governor doesn't know. He's like a child. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I've been telling him this for 2 years. They've got to take care of it.
Yeah, and that's what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember.
Now, the Adcaster Show on WHIR. Buy, sell, trade for free. Phone lines are now open. Call 859-238-WHIR.
Let her go. All right, the Adcaster. You can call in your items if you want to. 238-9447. 238-WHIR. We'd love to have you on the show. Patrick McClure going to be in studio this morning. Patrick, you get here early, we'll have you on early. We'll give McClure, and Bailey some extra time. Right when you get in, Patrick, we'll start chit-chatting. Let's get to the Adcaster here first. We start off with split-seasoned firewood for sale. You pick it up in a 6x8 truck for $65 in Lancaster. $65 a truckload, I guess. He also has separate piles of cedar for outside fire pits. So he's got firewood for sale. 859-239-0716. 859-239-0716. Somebody wants to buy a chain link fence, 16 or 20 gauge gate, and wants to buy some sheep. 606-661-9693. Call after 7 o'clock, please. 606-661-9693. And somebody wants to buy an acre of land on a land contract. They will tear down houses for the lumber. And they want to buy rooster or apple dishes. So I guess like dishes with either roosters on them or apples on them. I can visualize something like that. My grandma would have something like that. I'm not calling this person old. I'm just saying I could envision going to grandma's house and having a nice country dinner, you know, like fried chicken and mashed potatoes and green beans, and the outside of the plate has a design of roosters on it. That's what I'm envisioning right now. 606-303-1485 is the number. Text that number, they say. They don't want to call, they want to text. 606-303-1485. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll give you the the Adcaster second half here on The Joe Show, brought to you by Big Deals.
Hey, Joe, did you know Big Deals has got something new?
Where can I save money now, Radio Rick?
We've got the Anderson Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Buy a $50 gift certificate for a Big Deals price of just $35.
Sounds awesome. What do they have?
They offer jewelry, apparel, gifts, and home decor. They do embroidery and monogramming. Come and see their selection of comfortable jeans, heavy canvas bags, lamps, art, scratch-made soap scents, natural soy candles. Find the perfect curtains, blinds, and shutters for your home.
Sounds great. I know where I can get my wife a gift and save money. Please don't tell her.
Joe, you like to eat, don't you?
You bet.
Save money at the Big City Pizza Company in Danville. Another new way to save.
I'd love to have some of their 3-cheese mac and cheese pizza.
Well, get over to hometownlive.net and save on Big City Pizza with a $10 gift certificate for just $7.
I'm on it. Pizza night tonight at the Mathis house.
You, too, can save with more big deals at hometownlive.net. Lots of discounts like Bread of Life, Sweets by Cindy, O'Charlie's, Applebee's, the Old Bus Station, and A&L Accessories.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Well, it'd help if I turn my microphone on. All right, second half of the ad camera, we were talking. Why is this not working, Joe? You got to hit the button. You idiot. All right, for sale, a pool table and an air hockey table for $300. 859-613-4244. 859-613-4244. Surely that's not like a combination. Right, like a pool table and an air hockey table are two totally different things. I guess they're two different items. Because you couldn't have the plastic top with the holes where the air is blowing through as the same surface as a pool table. And that's not how that works. So I'm assuming they're two different items. 859-613-4244. For sale, a WHIR extension ladder, 44-foot, excellent condition. Pretty good ladder here. 859-516-3177. 859-516-3177. And for sale, 2 curio cabinets, $75 each. And a table, bar stools, and tools. 859-325-0712. 859-325-0712. That's all she wrote, he wrote, and they wrote for this Friday morning edition of the Adcaster on the Joe Show. That'll go. Gary Fogle has Kentucky Sports Memories coming up next.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. Thad Jarris played basketball at UK back in the 60s, but that doesn't mean he's slowing down, at least not much.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
Thad Jarris had a great basketball career at UK in the mid-60s. As a sophomore, he was a starter on the Rups Runts in that 65-66 season, was an All-American at UK. But that's been more than 50 years ago. These days, he's living in Oldham County, just outside of Louisville, but still very active, as I found out in our conversation.
Well, Thad, you're in your mid-70s, approaching your late 70s now. Are you staying pretty active?
I try to. I'm afraid if I don't get up and do something every day, I won't be able to get up and do it tomorrow. No, I'm still pretty active. I go to the Y every day and try to do a few things, and I've got a lot of different kinds of hobbies. I'm lucky enough, where I live, all my kids are here and all my grandkids are here, and so I've spent a lot of times doing granddaddy stuff and those kind of things. So it's life's been good to me and my family for sure.
And I think you're doing some woodworking. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a kind of hobby of mine. I started that a number of years ago. I've got a small shop, and I make some furniture and some different kinds of things like that. And then around Christmas time, I'm always trying to think of some things that I can make to give to people and do those kind of things. So it's just a fun hobby to have for sure.
Really? So could I buy your furniture off eBay?
No, you could not. It's one of those kind of things. The stuff that you make, it takes a long time to do it. You put a lot of hours into it, and it's probably not worth what you'd have to sell it for.
You couldn't make any money off it.
Couldn't make any money off of it. That's right. You do it for the fun of it, for sure.
Thad Jarris, former UK basketball great, now into woodworking. Good for him. That'll do it for the show this week. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you'll be back with me here next week. I look forward to seeing you at that time. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
Thank you there, Gary Fogle. Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays, here on The Joe Show at this time. It's 45 degrees, 9:22 in the morning. We're going to see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Why not? We have some time, so we'll tackle that coming up next.
Need a change of scenery? Check out Kentucky State Parks. With 45 parks to choose from, there are limitless options. Each park has its own unique features, landscape and resorts, restaurants, campgrounds, and some of the best golf courses around. Pick one that fits your lifestyle and your family. Explore Kentucky Parks. Enjoy fun outdoor adventure without the long lines of many destinations. Book now at parks.ky.gov.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, their on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Hey, it's me, Gus the Gopher for Atmos Energy. Being a gopher, I like to dig. That's what us gophers were born to do, along with eating plants, taunting groundskeepers, and listening to bluegrass music. And I especially enjoy digging around the yard. Occasionally, I bump into a utility line and I get a headache. Ouch! After all, they're hard to miss since they can be buried anywhere. But if you hit one with your shovel, backhoe, or ditch digger, you could cause a gas leak, disrupt service, or worse. Makes me shaking my paws just thinking about it. You can avoid all of this by calling 811 at least 3 business days before you or someone else digs in your yard to have those underground utility-owned lines marked. Calling 811 will help protect your property, and more importantly, you. It's free, and it's the law. You dig what I'm saying? For more on safe digging, visit atmosenergy.com/811.
Hi, this is Ruth at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check us out. We offer 12 months same as cash with approved credit. And now is a good time to lay away for Christmas. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor.
Mattresses and More, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 to 5. Again, beside Ace Hardware, Houstonville Road, Danville. Girls,
Come see our Nana for the best still in town. You'll be glad you did.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
Friday come and me one go home. Sweat all day when I go to work. Friday come and me one go home. I'm fed up, my boss is a jerk. Friday come and me one go home. Day-o, day-o. Friday come and me one go home.
Yes, we want to go home. 9:26 in the morning. Let's take a look at what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Starting off on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1947, where Glenn Buxton was born, the guitarist from a group called the Alice Cooper Band. Would have had a birthday today, Glenn Buxton. Of course, this is their biggest one, School's Out. Also, the 1972 hit Elected, the 1973 U.S. #1 album, Billion Dollar Babies. Glenn Buxton died in October of 1997 at the age of 49. Glenn Buxton, guitarist with the Alice Cooper Band. It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1973. This artist started an 8-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album charts with an album called Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. It was the singer's third U.S. number 1 album, that singer being Sir Elton John. The album, which had the working titles of Vodka and Tonics and Silent Movies, Talking Pictures, is his best-selling studio album with worldwide sales over 15 million copies. The album contains the Marilyn Monroe tribute initially, called Candle in the Wind, which I think is probably more well-known now as the Princess Diana tribute, as well as 3 successful singles, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, the title track, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and this one, Benning and the Jets, was also on that album. It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B, 1979. This group went to number 1 on the U.S. singles charts.
There's nothing we can do. Everybody wants to do something.
The Eagles and their hit, Heartache Tonight. It was their 5th and final U.S. number 1. Made the top 40 on the UK charts as well, just barely. Right at number 40. And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, R&B, and a little country in here as well. On this date, 2015, American musician, songwriter, composer, record producer, and influential figure in New Orleans R&B music died at the age of 77. His name was Alan Toussaint, and he wrote so many great songs, including this one.
Southern Nights. Have you ever felt
Glenn Campbell had a massive hit with this one called Southern Nights. Some of the other big-time songs he wrote, Mother-in-Law, Fortune Teller, Ride Your Pony, Working in the Coal Mine, Here Come the Girls, Yes We Can. Alison Krauss and Robert Plant covered Fortune Teller on their 2007 album Raising Sand. Alan Toussaint, I guess is how I would pronounce his last name, died on this date in 2015. Is that right, Patrick? You know who Alan Toussaint is? Toussaint. There we go. Patrick's got me. He's straightened me out. It's 9:30 in the morning. Here's Bottom Hour News. McClure and Bailey's coming up next.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A multi-agency arrest in Lexington has 9 suspects in jail. ATF Special Agent for Kentucky, Sean Morrow.
Our focus has been to improve public safety by targeting those who unlawfully possess firearms and use guns to hurt our communities. These investigations resulted in the seizure of nearly 100 crime guns as well as dangerous drugs like fentanyl, crack cocaine, and methamphetamine.
The ATF, along with Kentucky State Police and Lexington Police Department, worked several months to execute almost 12 warrants in the last 2 days. Prison time for a man who planted a fake bomb in downtown Louisville. Paul Miles has the story.
Federal prosecutors say 50-year-old Jimmy Smith Jr. rode a bicycle in downtown Louisville while carrying a backpack in August of last year. He placed a package at a bus shelter at 5th and Jefferson Streets. It was labeled bomb and contained pipes and wires. Police evacuated the area, removed the package, and dismantled it. Turns out it was a hoax. Jimmy Smith was sentenced to 2 years and 9 months in federal prison. Paul Miles, News Radio 840 WHAS.
The Kentucky Division of Forestry continues to fight wildfires across the Commonwealth. The department reports 80 wildfires have been reported, with 31 still active. Lex 18 is reporting the department is stretched thin trying to keep up with the number of fires. Fire crews from Oregon and Idaho have responded to help with the efforts. Governor Beshear has declared a state of emergency due to the number of wildfires. Officials advise residents to stay cautious with several burn bans in place throughout the state. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
You have a loved one needing to find help, hope, and healing today. The first step to a happier, healthier life is to call the Isaiah House Real Hope for Addiction. Isaiah House provides care for men and women, locations throughout Kentucky, resetting one's life through healing, opportunity, education, and employment support for lifelong success. When you feel once to the point of rock bottom and needs help, hope, and healing, call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
I want to ride Hatfield Chevrolet, and they had me
driving in my car, going very far, down the street in my car.
If you want to ride, go to RodHatfieldChevy.com. Rod Hatfield Chevrolet, Lexington, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Rosie the Skunk for Atmos Energy. You might think I make a bad smell. I mean, of course you do. Why wouldn't you? After all, I'm a skunk. But my stinky fragrance is nothing compared to the rotten egg smell of a gas leak, because that could be dangerous. So if you think you smell a leak or encounter other signs such as hearing a hissing or blowing sound or seeing a vapor cloud, blowing dirt or bubbling water, do not smoke, talk on the phone, turn on or off equipment or vehicles, or do anything that could cause a spark. Leave the area immediately. Then call 911 and Atmos Energy. Atmos Energy will send a trained technician to investigate the situation. Take it from a skunk. Gas leaks just plain stink. Seriously, there's no gray area here. When dealing with gas leaks, it's black and white. Yep, that's a little skunk humor there. For more information, visit atmosenergy.com/gas safety.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
It's brought to you by our friends over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's. Their steaks are all natural beef, certified, humanely raised, never any antibiotics. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass. A great steak truly is just the beginning. All right, we get cloudy skies right now. Going to be an okay day. High of 60, low tonight 34. It's not bad for a football Friday night this late in the year. Veterans Day tomorrow, sunshine, high of 54. And then Sunday, sunshine, 56. Again today, Danville National Guard Armory, 11 o'clock until 2. It is the Veterans Day Appreciation Event being put on by Heritage Hospice, 13th annual one. So if you're a veteran in Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, or Mercer County, those are the 4 counties that hospice serves, you are more than invited to come out today and enjoy that event. We have Patrick McClure in studio, and we have to make this official with Jim Parman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you.
Never noticed that.
And Patrick is
here.
What do you never noticed what?
Where the camera is.
Oh, you never knew where the camera was?
Well, I mean, I guess I did. I wasn't paying attention to what angles it runs at. Though.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
So you're always seeing my ear. Up to
yeah, well, move the microphone more towards, more towards your mouth.
This way?
Well, but in front of your mouth.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Patrick, you got your Ohio University Bobcats pullover on today.
I do.
You had Paul go on an official visit there. How did he like the campus?
It was an unofficial visit.
Oh, unofficial,
It's very weird the way they do those things. We had an official invite, but an official visit means you're staying in the dorm. They have to pay for all your expenses and everything.
Okay.
Unofficial visit means you get free tickets and they kind of show you around and everything. Honestly, it's a fine line distinction, especially when you're talking about, for us, a place like Miami or Eastern or Ohio or Western, where you're only a couple hours away, so you really probably weren't planning on spending the night anyway.
Yes, yeah. Ohio's pretty good this year, aren't they?
Ohio's good. They dropped one to Miami last week. Unfortunately, the MAC now that the SEC and the ACC decide they want to play on Thursday nights sometimes, the MAC games wind up being on Tuesdays and Wednesdays this time of year.
A little MACtion.
And that makes it so we had an unofficial invite to Miami, but the only dates they had left were on Tuesday nights. It's like, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you just can't do it. Not only are you getting back late, but, you're going to miss practice, or at least a good part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul McClure's not missing practice.
No. Well, for those who didn't listen to the show Tuesday, it was Election Day Tuesday, right? So we had Coach Haddix on. So I asked Coach Haddix the question, Coach, when you look at the ballot in, like, the year 2040, which Boyle County football players could you see that you would vote for president, right? Like, they've just got the makeup to be president or vice president or somewhere in political office. So I'm going to play this clip. This is from Tuesday, right? So you're going to hear my voice, but this is not me live. This is from Tuesday of the question I asked Coach Haddix. So here it is. Day before we let you go. So you look at your team with the number of guys that you have on your squad. If one of your players were to become president, which player do you think that would be out of your squad? Who's the best presidential candidate, Coach, right now?
The best presidential candidate.
From the Boyle County Rebel football team.
I don't know. That's tough. That is very tough.
Or if you need a couple, maybe a president and vice president, who we're going to be voting for in 2040, maybe 17, 18 years from now.
In 2040, well, you could possibly have like a Sage Dawson, maybe, and then you could have a Paul McClure, one of those guys.
There you go.
Kind of be able to do that. I feel like that'd be a good mix.
There you go. I'll put the little Hail to the Chief in the background, Coach. You got me voting for him already. A Sage Dawson, Paul McClure ticket. You can't beat it in 2040. It's McClure and Dawson. I like it, Coach. You get the quarterback and the offensive line protecting them.
Yeah.
That's a good ticket right there. Coach, appreciate you being on.
Lance Sloan would be a good one, too. I forgot about Lance Sloan.
Yeah, I gave Lance Sloan a little props, too. Lance a really intelligent young man. So there you go. So how about a little Sage Dawson, Paul McClure, 2040.
Well, and Lance Sloan, it's funny because Lance is one of the ones Paul named when I asked him the question. So I think that sounds great, but we got some other business to attend to first.
Yeah, I got a couple of weeks of football that we hope will continue. And looking tonight, Perry County Central. Coach Haddix's first stop as head coach. He is still the all-time winningest coach there at Perry County Central. Now, they've only been a high school since 1995. A couple of high schools combined to make Perry County Central.
I can't remember who all it was.
I looked it up. It was, here it is, MC Napier and Dilse Combs. You ever heard of Dilse Combs High School?
Remember. They were a 1A school.
Those two combined to make Perry County Central.
Team a couple times. But, yeah, so you've got Hazard, you got Perry Central down there, and so Perry Central kind of combined those other two to make it really better, sports-wise, better rivalry with Hazard.
Yeah.
But anytime you play teams for the Mountains, they're going to be tough. They're going to be physical.
Yeah.
That being said, Whitley County beat this team by 30 before they decided to then just lose out the rest of the season, which is how they wound up with the 4 seed.
Okay.
And Perry Central winds up, I guess they had to be the –
they got the 2 seed. They had a home playoff game last week against Lincoln County.
Yeah, how'd they get? Okay, well, anyway, obviously they got better as the year went on. That's fine. But Boyle County just needs to go out and take care of business tonight. The other games in 4A, presumably you'll have Corbin and Boyle playing next week at Rebel Stadium, which is not what anybody anticipated. Everybody thought that would be the first week of December at Kroger Field, a.k.a. Commonwealth Stadium.
Yeah.
But, this is the way it is. And if we were in the old regional format, this would be the way it is. Joe and I were looking before we came on the air. And I'm not blaming anybody here. I'm the first one to blame the KHSAA for a lot of things. But this year, you wound up with 1 week to go in the regular season. You had, I think, 6 teams in 4A that were undefeated, and all but one of them was on the east side of the bracket.
Yes. So
it's overloaded that way. Paducah Tillman and Franklin County really should start tonight and just play a best out of 3 series because neither one of them is having a close game between now and when they actually play 2 weeks from now. But that's a function of Bowling Green's down, Bardstown's down. That's my great friend Dave Clark is coaching there. They went to the state championship game just
last year.
Was it last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rerun's a really solid program, but they lost a lot of good players, including his son, who's now at Louisville, I think. So they'll be back, and there's a bunch like that. I think South Warren, I think, is still in 4A. Warren East is still in it. But you don't have the weight in the West that you would expect to see.
Yeah. Now, the best format would be to use the RPI beginning next round for the entire bracket, right? But you can't do that because what happens if Paducah-Tillman matches up with Ashland Blazer?
Right.
I mean, how far of a drive is that?
And, you still can wind up with some weird situations.
You could still do it,
like that.
but it would be at least be the state semifinals. It would be the round before. And that's why they still split it East and West in the third round. But still, I mean, you're looking at a potential Boyle County-Corbin matchup. The only way it doesn't happen, really the most logical way we see it not happening, is if Ashland Blazer beats Covington Catholic tonight. That's a good Blazer team. They're 10-1 this year. Covington Catholic's 11-0. That's no shoe-in second-round game right there.
No, Blazers had a good year, and I think they just kind of laid an egg their last game of the season to wind up with that. But
that one loss.
Eventually, you got to be the best to be the best. You got to beat the best. So, we roll on, and everybody keeps talking about Corbin, but there's a reason that Covington Catholic is ranked first, and they're dropping down from 5A. We'll see. There's a reason that Tillman is where they are because they're averaging literally 70 points a game.
Yeah, it's crazy. So going to be a lot of fun tonight. And look, I know the Boyle-Corbin potential matchup next week is not something you want to see in the third round, but
I'd rather see it here than there.
Yeah, that's true. You'd rather see it here, and then you look at what Covington Catholic has to play tonight. Right? I mean, they're the number one ranked team in RPI, and they have to play a 10-1 team in the second round.
Right.
So it's not conducive for Boyle County next week if that matchup happens, but it's not conducive for the number one team this week in the second round.
Right.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, Patrick, I got a question for you. We have in Ohio, you had a couple of laws that were passed on the ballot Tuesday, one of those being recreational marijuana for adults.
So this is actually a good time for a PSA. Folks, there are some nefarious businesses out there, one in downtown Lexington in particular, advertising, get your medical marijuana, Kentucky certified medical marijuana card for $250. Okay, first of all, any doctor that says, I'm going to give you this for a set amount of money without ever having looked at your medical history is
a fraud.
Committing malpractice, there's a whole bunch of problems. They then fall back and say, well, the governor's executive order is still in place, and there's kind of a legal question. If the legislature moves in and does something the governor had done by emergency, does it, usurp it? But even with that, the governor's executive order said your treating physician, as in the person who you go to see for everything, makes a recommendation. You can take that recommendation to another state to a medical marijuana dispensary, not a recreational outlet. Mm-hmm. Get it filled, come back, keep everything with you, that's fine. Mm-hmm. It doesn't say anything about going somewhere in Lexington, paying $250 and getting a card. But here's the way you can really know that it's a fraud. There's no such thing as a Kentucky medical marijuana card.
Okay.
That is not a thing. So if somebody tells you that's what they're selling.
Right. Medical marijuana is not legal here in Kentucky, is it?
Well, we're in this limbo period right now. The governor has an executive order out there that allows for possession up to a certain amount under the conditions I set out. The legislature has passed a medical marijuana bill to go into effect January 1st, 2025.
Okay, so not even next year, the year after that.
This makes sense. Some sense if you think about it. We haven't addressed home grows yet, but if you think about the alcohol or tobacco or anything like that, there's regulations, there's way they have to set up who's allowed to sell it, how it's going to get taxed, all those things. Medical marijuana won't get taxed because it's defined as a medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that the business doesn't get taxed. It doesn't mean that the employees don't get taxed. It just means that there's not a sales tax on it. And that may change over the course of the next year, too. The legislature is going to meet at least once that'll be able to review some of these things, and that's if they don't, take some additional action. But in the meantime, we're with this executive order, and it is what it is. But the question, going back to the question about Ohio, so notice I said you had to, under the governor's executive order here, go to a medical marijuana dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
I am told that the Ohio medical marijuana dispensaries won't recognize that Kentucky doctor's recommendation. Because it's not a card, I guess. I don't know what the reason for that is. But it's not as easy as it sounds. And I would just caution people, the day is coming. And I think everybody knows I've worked for this for a long time. But we're not there yet, and the last thing we need is for people to go around giving a bunch of bad advice and turn something that might be a really good thing, both financially and medically for the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Into something bad before we even get off the ground. I hate to see that.
So there really is a business that's in Lexington that's saying...
They got a big banner up downtown Lexington. They're being investigated by the Attorney General's Office, the State Police, and the Kentucky Medical Association.
I was going to say, wait a minute here. How are they not shut down?
Do you remember, are you too young to remember the Fin scandals?
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
Well, okay, that's how Melbourne Mills and those guys got in all the trouble they did. With class action suit against Fin. But before that class action suit, you had a bunch of doctors advertising that they were weight loss specialists. If you came in for X amount of money, they'd prescribe you this weight loss drug. Well, first of all, it wasn't a weight loss drug. Mm-hmm. It was, I think it was a heart drug or something. So you're prescribing it off label anyway. And then again, you're not actually diagnosing anything. I mean, people are coming in and getting on the scale and they're saying, yeah, you're fat. And handing it out like, golly. So here's a shocker. People, and a lot of it was also, like any of those things, it's a big stimulant. So college kids start taking it to stay up all night studying and everything. Yeah. Eventually people have heart issues, and now we're in court. But frankly, those guys, they did it to themselves. Mm-hmm. Who thought this was a good idea? Yeah. So tell your doctor the truth. Tell your doctor what your situation is, and if he thinks it's right for you, he'll tell you.
There you go. So, and I asked State Senator Bledsoe Wednesday about the prospects of what she thought the timeline would look like if Kentucky were to ever pass medical marijuana.
Well, we passed it.
Not medical marijuana. Recreational marijuana, right. Yes, like Ohio did. And she essentially said she can't see it happening anytime soon, but she kind of made a little footnote and said, basically, the dynamics of political thought can change over a 10 to 15-year period. Right. There was a time where we didn't think probably sports gambling would ever pass. And it took some work, took some convincing.
And we still don't have casinos. I still got to stand in line behind 6 people playing 37 lottery tickets while I'm trying to get milk, because it would be just too terribly awful for me to be in a casino at a blackjack table, not bothering anybody, out of sight, out of mind to people that are offended by gambling. I do not understand that. Wouldn't you rather have it somewhere that's not right in front of the milk aisle?
Yes,
I would think.
Milk and bread,
But
or
of course,
getting a pack of Sour Patch Kids at the gas station.
But the big benefactor of that one's the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so that creates an issue.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of the same players. Senator Robbie Stivers, who's now the president of the Senate, he blocked the gambling thing for 20 years, and he's blocked this. And I don't know what shook him loose this time to let it for the last 6 years.
He wouldn't even bring it up for a vote.
He wouldn't bring it up for a vote because they knew the votes were there to pass it. The fact of the matter is Tuesday night, Ohio became the 24th state to go recreational.
Yeah, we're just about halfway home now.
Kentucky was the 38th to go medical.
Yeah.
38 out of 50. And you've still got, the DEA saying, oh, we don't believe it has any benefit and it has all these things. There's no research. There's 30 years worth of research here, not to mention 100 years worth of research everywhere else.
So let me ask you this. What are the charges for someone that gets caught with marijuana? That's not a massive amount. It's obviously they're not dealing it. They just have it on them. They get pulled over. There's some
weed on. You can get up to
a
year in jail.
But that doesn't – do people actually get a year in jail still for that?
No, and I'd say a year – let's see. As a first offense under the certain amount, it would be a B misdemeanor, so it would be 90 days in jail. There are places in Kentucky to this day where they give you 90 days in jail. They might probate it, and you got to take drug tests and everything for 2 years. Or I even know of one county where they'll probate 80 days of it, but you got to serve 10 days.
That seems insane to me.
It seems insane to everybody. I will tell you, if I lived in that jurisdiction, I would try every one of them because I don't think you'd find jurors that would do that.
Yeah. That would actually uphold the 10 days in jail. Yeah,
and so the beauty of a trial like that is, let's say they made it the full 90. I can't lose. Jury comes back and gives them 50. It's still better than what the offer was. But in a place like that, I'd have to see it to believe it, that you could find 6 jurors that would say, I want you to serve 10 days in jail.
For having some weed on you.
Right. A small amount. We're not talking about...
Not a dealer
we're
amount.
About Snoop here. Mm-hmm. Although everybody loves Snoop and Willie. So, we're getting to that point, too, where it's just so... ubiquitous in the culture that it's like, here we are. And I'm not saying, go out and do drugs, but I am saying we've got, there's alcohol, there's obviously prescription drugs that some people think they can't live without, and maybe they're right. I don't know. But it is kind of funny that we've gone on this tangent for however long. I mean, I smoke cigarettes. The fact of the matter is, the research says that marijuana is safer than tobacco.
Yeah.
At least smoking tobacco. Now, I don't know about the other stuff, but just a lot of tar in tobacco. So it'll be interesting to see. Kentucky usually trails behind on these things. On the other hand, Kentucky also used to be the #1 producer of both hemp, legal hemp, as well as before it was like for super illegal, as well as marijuana.
Yeah.
So we still have those flyover programs with the helicopters, and that amazes me that we still fund that. Because as conservative as everybody wants the legislature to be with your tax dollars,
You're spending money to fly over helicopters to take down weed farms.
right? And by the way, you're driving past 17 meth labs to do it.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this: on the day after the election, Tuesday, so I guess candidates could begin to file that following day, Wednesday. One of your former colleagues, Justin Johnson, filed to run for Commonwealth Attorney, and without getting too much into the support of a specific candidate. Pretty cool, though, to see Justin, and he continues to move up and do awesome things.
It is. It's funny. He and Sarah Bryant both filed, and they're both, I will just say, a good bit younger than I am. So it's good to see people, coming up and stepping up to do things. I have been asked about that position as well, and I have not really given it a whole lot of thought at this point. I guess I might have to at some point. But Danville is blessed with some really good lawyers on both sides, and I know we'll be in good hands whatever happens.
So, first of all, is that a partisan vote, Commonwealth Attorney?
It is. It is. I get more centrist all the time. It is one of several offices that I think should not be.
Like sheriff?
Probably sheriff, county clerk, the person who oversees the elections. If it wasn't going to be nonpartisan, I would say it should be required to be an independent.
Yeah.
Like, neither
that's
party should have an angle on this thing.
That's
now,
a good
granted,
point.
the county clerk has a million other responsibilities. But most of these local races, there was a push a couple years ago to make school board races partisan. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the issues that you hear these guys on the national news arguing about in terms of real partisan politics have nothing to do with setting the superintendent's salary. And for better or worse, remember, the school board is at its heart limited to the budget and
the hiring and firing the superintendent, right?
The superintendent only.
Mm-hmm.
So now, granted, they can create positions, take positions away. They can make fair comment on what you're doing in the community and the relationships that you have or have burned in the community. There's a lot the board can do if a board wants to, but their two basic functions are those.
Let me ask you the second question. What exactly does the Commonwealth Attorney do? It's for Boyle and Mercer counties, this specific precinct or district. Whatever.
So in Kentucky, we have district courts and circuit courts, or your trial courts. District courts handle probate, civil cases where the amount of damages is less than $5,000. Evictions, it's what's called a court of specific jurisdiction. Very tailored out what it is, and it's a lot. Make no mistake, it's a whole lot, but it's limited to those things. The circuit court is a court of general jurisdiction, so that's basically everything else. And the family court is part of a circuit court. So the county attorneys prosecute things in district court, and that, for the purposes of criminal stuff, that's going to be child support under $1,000.
Okay.
Shoplifting under $1,000, cold checks under $1,000, possession of marijuana, possession of a Schedule III controlled substance. That's going to be a prescription drug that's usually not a narcotic. It's kind of a fine line distinction there.
Mm-hmm.
But, assault for, so that's assault without a serious injury, violation of a Kentucky EPO the first time, the first and second time. The third time, that's a felony. Circuit court is everything else, so that's going to be flagrant non-support over $1,000. There's a push to maybe change that some, but possession of serious drugs and anything over 8 ounces of marijuana, theft over $1,000, fraud, assault second, which is serious bodily injury, assault first, which involves a dangerous instrument or deadly weapon. Obviously, murder. The stuff that actually you see in TV. Show crimes. The Commonwealth Attorney represents the state for all of that in both Boyle and Mercer County. And he's got 2 assistants, one of whom right now is Justin Johnson.
Okay.
Sarah is Chris Aaron's assistant county attorney, so they're both on that side now. Joe's looking at his watch. But anyway, so it is not nearly as out in the public eye as the county attorney is because it's nearly tailored, and the county attorney represents the county with the fiscal court. The Commonwealth attorney, however, does make the more headlines, I would say, because, how many murders do we have in Boyle and Mercer County a year? Like maybe one every other year or something. Like violent homicide.
Yes, yeah.
So that's going to be the thing that makes the newspaper. If you have a big, huge drug bust, that's going to be the thing that makes the newspaper, and that's where you're going to see the Commonwealth attorney.
Okay, all right. So Justin and Sarah both work for the county attorney right now?
No.
Justin works for the Commonwealth attorney.
Justin works for the Commonwealth attorney.
Sarah works for the county's attorney.
Yes. The
Chris
current Commonwealth attorney is Richie Bottoms from over Mercer County. And
is there a term limit on that?
No.
Okay.
He's in his, ending his third term.
So he's just not doing it anymore?
Right.
Okay.
That music means we're almost done.
There's that sad music again.
He is finishing that. The county attorneys are Chris Herron and Ted Dean, and they both do a good job. So, like I say, I'm kind of sitting back and watching where this plays out now, but I'm not worried because I know we're in good hands.
Yeah, got a lot of good, and like you said, young attorneys too that are stepping up and being like, "Hey, I think I can do this. I know I can do this. I want to do this."
When did I quit being the young attorney?
You are still the young attorney.
Yeah.
Who's the youngest one? You or Brian?
Well, I've been practicing a lot longer than Brian. He's 2 years older than I am, but I've been practicing a lot longer.
Well, but you're 2 years younger, so you're the young attorney there at the office.
Yeah, well,
you're the young whippersnapper.
And I definitely look younger.
There
so
you go.
That.
Patrick McClure with McClure and Bailey, your hometown team, 236-8888. What's the Patrick McClure spread on the UK game tonight? UK versus Texas A&M Commerce. Can you name one Texas A&M Commerce grad? I had to look up some famous grads. Can you name one famous grad?
Maybe somebody in the Bush family?
Well, I forgot his. No, I don't think I saw that, but I forgot his name. He's the lead singer of the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh, okay.
Dwayne. It's not Dwayne Allen. Is it Dwayne Allen? He went to Texas A&M Commerce, so it's UK versus the Oak Ridge Boys.
The Eagles, the Doobie Brothers are now opening for the Eagles with Mark Quinones from the Allman Brothers on percussions Tuesday night in Rep Arena. I'm super stoked about this.
So you going to the concert Tuesday?
Oh, absolutely.
There it is. It's like the Doobie Step Brothers now. It's a bunch of different bands coming together to make the Doobie Bros.
And open for the Eagles.
Gonna be a great
I missed
concert.
when they first came back out because I couldn't afford those tickets, but this time I wasn't going to let it go by.
Going to be a great concert tonight. 7:30 kickoff. Boyle County, Perry County Central. We'll have a live play-by-play on Z105. Listen to the broadcast, and you'll hear Patrick McClure's commercial come on.
That's right.
And that, in and of itself, is a reason to listen to the game.
It's something.
There it is.
It's
Patrick,
written and directed by Joe Math.
10 o'clock in the morning, top hour news. Here it is right now.
Inspired by Charlie Perry.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230.